in the fires of hope and prayer, with boundless faith in our destiny, we solemnly declare. Side by side we stand, islands of the blue Caribbean Sea, this our native land. We pledge our lives to thee. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation. Here every creed and race find an equal place, and may God bless our nation.
Heavenly Father, we come before you at the start of this new day, giving thanks for life, for health, and the opportunity to serve through this station. We ask for your divine presence to guide us in all we do. Bless this broadcast, that it may be a source of inspiration, joy, and unity to all who tune in. Whether near or far, may our words uplift, our music heal, and our message bring light to those who need it most. We pray for our listeners wherever they may be. Grant them strength for the day ahead, peace in their hearts, and success in all they put their hands to. Cover those traveling with your protection, and those at home with your comfort and provision. Lord, may everything we do bring honor to you and be a blessing to others. Guide our steps, bless our efforts, and let this station be a vessel of positivity and hope. In your name we pray. Amen.
Your voice, your soundtrack, your station. New Era TT Radio, NETT Radio.
yeah, you got that fire in your waistline. And you know what? We're going to turn up that fire for you this morning. Hey, everybody, good morning to you wherever you may be tuning in, tuning on, logging on from. Oh, we are so happy to be in your company. Thank you so much for being with us this beautiful Monday morning. Of course, you are on to New Era TT Radio. It is NETT Radio, the heartbeat of the Caribbean, taking you above and beyond. Yeah. Beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful Monday morning. Yeah, I hope you're feeling that energy. Hope that you'll take it with you all throughout the day. Trinidad and Tobago, neighbors in the Caribbean, friends who are streaming all around the globe, different time slots. So thank you so much for showing up this morning. Greatly appreciated. Much thanks as always to the Heavenly Father for bringing us together for another day, and all that we do, dear God, let it be a blessing unto you. Sir Charles, that is me. Happy as always to be in this space with you as we welcome everybody to the breakfast show. Yeah.
Get up, it's the time to start the day. The breakfast show is here. We bring in the soca way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes turned on. From Maracas Bay to the Savannah line. Let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Oh, good vibes rolling through the air. The breakfast show energy everywhere. We talk, we laugh, we make you think. Grab your doubles or your morning drink. Good morning. Good morning. Open your eyes, feel the light. Everything's gonna be alright. Good morning. We're wishing you a colorful day. Let the sunshine guide you on your way. Smile a little, let your worries fade. Good morning. May your heart feel light and free. So much joy in everything you see. Good morning, yeah, a beautiful day. Good morning.
It's a beautiful day. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. And of course, welcome to it wherever you are tuning in from. Oh my gosh, we are so happy to have you this morning. Thank you very much. And it's always good to be in your company. Yeah. Let me say good morning to my co host, Richard, who I'm sure will join us in a little bit. And of course, Wendell, who's here very early as always. Good morning to you, Wendell.
Morning, Sir Charles. Good morning, Richard. Morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and good morning, listeners and viewers all over the globe. A special good afternoon to our listeners in that part of the globe, including Addis Ababa in Ethiopia, and good evening to our listeners and viewers out there in Japan. Dr. Oida, how are you? Long time no hear from. All right, so have an absolutely wonderful day, people. It's going to be a great day. The weather is fine. I didn't detect any rain today.
Yeah, so far it's been pretty good, actually.
Yeah. And please be careful on the roads, because I was coming on the road pretty early this morning, and I'm just seeing lights, flashing lights, police lights and so on in the distance. And I'm saying, I hope this can't be a roadblock this hour. But it was just after 4. And when I approached it, it was an accident. Just by Ayers Bridens there on the highway. Well, it's in the median, so I don't know if the person was eastbound or westbound, because they're in the grass, upside down in between the highway. So I don't know if it was a fatality or what, but there was an ambulance there, there were police cars there, and so unlike it had just happened, because the people were still by the car. I was seeing people standing by the car. You know what I mean? What happened 4 o'clock in the morning to cause that, God alone knows. You understand? Because there are very little cars on the road that hour. You know what I mean?
Most of the times it's sleep too,
Well, sleep or speed.
Well, both a combination, because sometimes people tell themselves that they're tired or trying to reach home. So
Yeah.
they hitting the gas a little more. And sleep is a thing that's, I don't know if you ever had that experience, Wendell, but when you see a
Yeah,
doze off and driving, there's something else in there that's
yeah,
happening.
yeah, yeah. I've had it once or twice. I mean, I'm very good when I'm driving. You know what I mean? Which is why I drive most of the time to go anywhere. But it has happened to me already. You know what I mean? I felt like I dozed off once or twice when I've been driving. You
Yeah,
know?
it's something else. I mean, I had that experience of leaving mass camp at night and after a hectic night moving about and trying to reach home, and coming up the highway, I'm doing all kinds of things, slapping my face, talking to myself, singing, opening glass, and I reach right inside my compound, driving, and I say, yes, I reach home. And just on the stretch to go and park the car, I fall asleep.
That's
And,
what happens there.
and I hit
Always say
I hit the
sleep hits
medium.
you.
Bam! Yeah.
Yeah. They
When I
say
hit the
that
medium,
sleep hits you when your body knows you almost reach where you're going. Eh?
yeah, boy, I don't know. And thank God, I was inches away from the row of cars that people parked on the compound. I just drift down and hit the edge of the medium, boosted my two tires, all kind of thing, but it's something else, boy, a frightening experience. You
Yeah.
really don't know when you go off, you know. I've also had the like sometimes like when on a couple of occasions when I do like surgeries and they put in you under to sleep and thing, right?
Hmm.
I'm trying to say I'm not going to sleep. I'm not going to sleep. I'm going to keep up. I'm keep staying up, and you don't know when you want to sleep.
Yeah. No,
You just don't know.
I have had that treatment once, anesthesia, where they had to put me to sleep to put my shoulder back in place. I fell and my left shoulder came out of place once, and I was taken to the hospital and I was in so much pain. The doctor said I had to put you to sleep. I said, do whatever you need to do.
At that point,
And
yeah,
they just tell me count from I think they tell me to count boy 5 backwards or 10
yeah,
backwards.
yeah.
And that was the last I heard. That was the last I heard.
I tell my because I did it a couple of times, and I be like, all right, I test it every time. I keep trying it. I keep testing it, and they say, all right, Mr. Davis, so yeah, all right, then they start talking to you and all right, so we are going to do this, we are going to do that. We want you just to relax, and after
Yeah,
that, next thing I know, they're waking me up somewhere else.
yeah, yeah. And the only other occasion that I had a close call was when I did an angiogram, but I stayed up. I was actually seeing what the doctor was doing. Well, I was trying to avoid watching the needle, but I was actually feeling the dye going straight up my arms into my chest.
Yeah,
I was conscious of it, you know. Um, oh, but yeah, sleep is a killer. We know that, you know. And as I say, at that hour of the morning, because that accident must have happened somewhere between 3:30 and 4, because I passed that just about quarter after 4, and there were police cars and an ambulance there already, so it would have happened just prior, you know. Hopefully it's cleared up by now, because it would cause a traffic. Well, it's not on the road, but still people will slow down to watch. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
that
If the car is
narco
still
traffic
there.
always
It's a van.
scares
It looks like
people.
a van, a Kia van. It might have been one of them guys going to carry goods or something, because those vans are out early in the morning, going to the market or whatever. You know what I mean? So hopefully all is okay. It wasn't a serious. Because he overturned in the grass, so it wasn't concrete.
Thank God.
It was grass. And right there had an accident just the other day.
And that, the accidents happen in certain places all the time,
Yeah.
all the time, Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Some places along certain stretches that you can always expect to see an accident, you know. So,
Anyway, let me do my birthday greetings
yep,
because
yep.
I know we have lots of greetings today. Yesterday was my good friend, former counselor in Port of Spain, Newman Clark. He celebrated his birthday yesterday. Today is the birthday of David Mohammed, Dr. David Mohammed, celebrating his birthday today. Barrington Skippy Thomas, who apparently had some medical issue lately. I didn't even know that. He posted about it.
Okay, I've been seeing Skippy for a little while. Somebody was actually asking me about him the other day.
Yeah, he had some issue because he did post about it. Happy birthday, Skippy. Cheryl Johnson, I think she's on this chat. Cheryl Johnson is someone from this chat. I'm almost certain that name comes up every now and then. Ben Niles, he definitely listens to our show.
Yeah.
Ben and Christine Niles, I know that for sure. So happy birthday, Mr. Niles. Ansel Antoine, former Chief of Defense Staff, former Minister, Brigadier Ansel Antoine. He is celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday, Brigadier. Who else do I have here? Hyacinth Timothy, Hyacinth Gardner. I don't know if it's the same person. I have her twice actually. Karen Lashley, that was the wife of Rolly God, I think. I think I got that correct. Angelo Ferdinand Dave Smith, all celebrating birthdays today. All right, and of course today would have been what would he have been if he died in 2016, 10 years ago at 69? He would have been 79 years old today. The late great Patrick Augustus Mervyn Manning would have been celebrating his birthday today also. All right, so happy birthday to them all. All right, I think also to Yazin Abubakar. I'm not sure. I think I remember him being the same day too. You know. So those are my birthday greetings today. So Charles, I mean, I know you want to get into good news and so on, but I have to tell you how my weekend started. My weekend started on Friday, driving down Tragreed Road. I spotted President Carmona. I say, I go in and approach him now. And it was by Tragreed Road, by that place that sell punch and pie and thing there. You know which part of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, they sell peanut punch and Seymour something, and they sell some pies, right? He was right there, and I pulled up and I stopped and I went to President Carmona, and I stood up for more than half an hour talking on Tragreed. I try my real best to convince him to do an interview. He said,
Nah.
He's so good. I kind of swamped these days, but I will do it with you, but I swamped. You know what I mean? And then he recommended, but we started blogging about all manner of things. You know what I mean? And about South, Deep South. He recommended that I interview Professor Christopher Francis, the Minister of Education, Michael Dowlett. He called all kind of names. And we were talking about all manner of things. Some of which I can't tell you all because he quoted a little bit still, you know. But we talk and we talk and we talk and we talk. And plenty of people pass, blow horn and thing, because I think they was, surprised to see him. Because he probably didn't stand up in one place for so long. In a long time. You know, but he was talking and talking and talking. I said, I'm going to tell everybody on radio we had this conversation. He said, nobody didn't want to interview me for the last so much ever years. He said,
nobody didn't want to interview him when he's so busy.
I'm telling you. He said, nobody didn't want to talk to me. I said, well, I saw you on a few occasions, but I didn't get a chance to approach you. But I say, as I see you now, I'd stop. You know what I mean? But I mean, he is such a regular guy. Eh? I mean, he is such a regular guy. I've always known him that way. I reminded him about the time I met him on the rooftop in Miami, in a party. He said, yeah, I remember that. He tell me who carried him there.
Yeah. Some people, when they're done with public life, they're done, you know.
Nah, but he is just going about his business. He said, Wendell, I'm still doing work because he's an attorney. Of course, he was out there in The Hague at one time, you know. But he is a regular person. And anytime you all see him, approach him. He is very approachable. And he will engage you. Feel free to do that. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was how my weekend started. And of course, it culminated with our boat ride on Saturday that I thoroughly enjoyed because I don't do boat rides.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, Sir Charles. I have to tell you also too, Sir Charles, you are a super DJ. Them other DJs, they want nothing with you. I see that for myself Saturday. I see and hear that for myself. Them other DJs, they want nothing with you. They're good. But you have a selection and you have a vibe that none of them can match.
Yeah, thanks much, man. I really want to say thanks to everybody, who came out, to the cruise. It was a really nice experience, and it's always good when you get to put faces to voices. So I really want to thank everybody who came out, and I especially want to say thanks also to all our persons who would have contributed and to the cruise, those who are out and in Trinidad and Tobago to make it happen. So, yeah, this is thanks.
Let me start, Sir Charles. Sorry to interrupt you. But Saturday morning, my phone rang. My phone was normally be on silent. Somehow or the other, I think I had my phone in my hand. And I seen this name coming up, Kennedy Swarat. I said, what Minister Swarat calling me for, boy? So I said, yeah, Mendel morning, yeah, Rumbox open? I said, well, yeah. He said, because I'm passing for 2 tickets for the boat ride. I said, what the hell is this? I said, okay. He was right in Woodbrook, and he asked me for the directions, and I tell him, I said, well, I'm not there, First thing he said, I will wake you up out. I said, no, I'm not there, but Harper there, and he will entertain you, you know what I mean? So Dr. Kennedy Swarat, Minister Kennedy Swarat, purchased 2 tickets for a boat ride on Saturday morning. He didn't come, he gave them away. But I was so happy that he gave us
that support was very important, so thanks. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So really want to say thanks to all the people who supported.
We meet up with Mr. Billy too at the same time by Rumbox.
Yeah.
Billy, our old defense force man, and they both were in the defense force at one point in time together.
Yeah. I met Mr. Billy's wife on the boat also, yeah. Champion lady, man.
Yeah, when I go through the chat, I will greet people who are on the boat ride, and I will expose the ones that didn't come. But Far Rockaway's sister was there, because he would have purchased the tickets for them, and she had a ball.
Yeah, she had a great time.
She had a great time, So as I say, I will. When I'm going through the chat, I will think. So let's go to good news. Unless you want to talk a little bit more on the boat ride.
I'll come back and we'll talk about let's do good news, and then we'll greet everybody and get inside.
All right.
Don't say I want, say I have. Don't say I'm trying, say I am. Don't say I hope, say I expect. Don't say one day, say it's already on its way. Don't say I'm manifesting, say I'm remembering. Don't say I need more, say I'm open to receive. Don't say I'm not ready, say I'm available. Don't say I wish, say I choose. Don't say I need to become worthy, say I already am. You see, your words matter because your subconscious doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to what you repeatedly declare as true.
Call it into being. That is what it's all about. Call it into being. And I know a lot of people may not believe that, but trust me, that is so, so true. Speak good, speak life, speak healthy, speak good things over yourself and your family and stuff. And somehow things just really work out. Just feel it. Feel it.
Yeah.
So that's what we encourage you to do. All right? Speak life. Speak life. All right, so let's greet people in the chat, Wendell.
All right, let's do that. Suzanne Jessup. Oh, you couldn't sleep, Suzanne. You're too much partying on the boat. She came in at 9:59 p.m. last night.
Yeah, Suzanne and Suzanne had a good time.
Yeah, and I met Mrs. Gemma too.
Yes.
Yeah. Morning, Suzanne, Suzette, and Miss Gemma. Nice meeting you all on the boat ride again. I've met you all before. I don't think I've ever met Miss Gemma, but I know Suzanne and Suzette well. Robert Allen, didn't see you on the boat ride. Morning. Welcome back to Land from the Boat Ride to all who attended. Yeah, man. Odell Guy, people asked for you. I didn't see you. Good morning. Kenny in Harlem. Well, I know you out there in Harlem. Apollonius didn't. Well, if you all came on the boat ride and I didn't and I don't acknowledge you, feel free to message the chat, right? And let us know that you were there, because I didn't meet everybody, but I met quite a few people. Felix Kazo, good morning, gentlemen, and the breakfast show. Margaret Thomas, Trinman, a pleasant Monday morning. Eunice Dublin, Manuela Peters, Mrs. R. Talk, and come back up the talk. Talk, and come back up the talk. No way, no show, absolutely no show. Absent, missing, lost. Master Rock, good morning, gentlemen. Happy birthday, Diane Payne. Pamela O'Connor, Victor Phillip, who celebrated his birthday over the weekend. He was 81 years old on Saturday, so happy belated birthday greetings to Victor Phillip. Empress Reyes Lal, you could come and dance on the boat. I'm assuming you're in Trinidad. Shirma Paul, blessed morning. Marlon Motley from North Valsayn, no show. Victor Phillip says his weekend was memorable. Suzanne Jessup, love always from Suzanne, Suzette, Corinne, Miss Gemma, Maria S, and Maria H. Were those others there, Suzanne? Corinne, and Mrs. Gemma was there. Maria S and Maria H, were they there? I didn't see. I didn't meet those people. Margot Batiste, Suzanne is saying the boat ride was epic. Thanks to all the DJs. Deborah Noel Surratt, good morning to the breakfast show. Prabha Ramdial, morning, didn't see you. Gavin Frank, right out there in Powder Magazine, didn't see you. Philomena Ali, right in Cookery there, didn't see you. Ingrid from Tucson, Arizona, well, I know Ingrid always supporting us. Yeah. Michael Eastman, Pamela Grimshaw, Dave Gosine, Robert Harper out there in St. Anne, didn't see you. Sankofa, I set a talk, didn't see you. Empress Reyes is singing. Doreen Pierre, Carla Hercules, Bernadette Yates. Hey, Richard on the chat. I don't realize we highlight.
You know, really behind the scenes.
It just happens that I see him blue coming up and say, people in highlighted.
Yeah.
Bernadette and Alicia Yates, Gerald Hawaii, Lester Cragwell, whom I met. Oh, he had a good time. Well, I'll be frightened to say sometimes. Well, Lester, you know what I'm frightened to say it. But you had a real good time, right?
Yeah, just
yeah.
I was going to say Lester.
Lester had a good time. Maybe at Spirit Rooms that area. Sadkofa I married long before I doing radio, you know. I don't know if you know that. And I've always been early. Wayne Ramsey out there in Fort Lauderdale, who has Mugfest coming up on October 4th in Fort Lauderdale. Good morning, Maria Cellier. Thanks for a good time Saturday night. So, Maria Cellier, were you there? I didn't meet you. Did I meet you? I don't think so. Melissa from Shafle, Hilary Zan, that's Nazir Ali. Melissa from Shafle, Chris Tuser, whose posse I'm sure was there because there were some posses, Chris. I don't know which one was yours. But there were like groups of people, like 6 of them together or 5 of them together, I saw with their coolers. So I don't know why. I guess one of those was your posse. Boy BDC from David. Anthony Tinto, who is in Trinidad for his brother's funeral coming up on Friday. I'll tell you a little bit more about that. Hopefully I'll be able to meet Anthony. But I did meet Anthony's cousin, who is married to Keith Clark. I hope I got that correct. I met Keith Clark.
You met Keith Clark.
He and his wife. And I think his wife is Tinto's family.
Okay.
That's what she told me. Yeah, that's her cousin. So morning, Tinto. Dean Allen, who didn't show.
Yeah,
and Noel from Marshall, Ontario. Huh?
I miss Dean.
Yeah, Dean only was at them out on the shot and on the show. Marva Williams, Platinum Gold, Slick Money Grip, Margarita Chow, Angela Green, Carl Jack, Magic, who was also there on the boat cruise. Julia Samantha, Far Rockaway, good morning, people. Wendell, I am seeing a lot of pictures. That is all I will say. Yeah, your sister that came and took some pictures of me. They had a ball, Far Rockaway. She had a ball. Red Fire, Peace to the Gods. This is our one event I miss. Look. Out. Missing. Chris, when I was dating my wife, I used to drive to New York every other weekend. One night on the turnpike, I saw the exit to the rest stop, and the next thing I knew, I was past the exit. But he wasn't so tired then. Sankofa said, if Mrs. was not there, well, you're sure Richard was not there. Maria Selle and Maria S. And Maria S. Oh, okay. All right, got you. Suzanne, Maria S. and her husband, Mr. Keith. That's who Maria S. is. All right, good. Clear. Thanks for clearing that up, Suzanne and Maria. Okay, so I did meet her. She was there with Keith Clark. All right, got you. Platinum Gold, can you wish my daughter Crystal Phillip a happy birthday? So happy birthday, Crystal.
Happy birthday, Crystal.
How old you are, but I'm assuming Platinum Gold is a woman. I don't know. But anyway, from your parent, Platinum Gold, Crystal, Philip, and also from us on the Breakfast Show. All right. So those are all the greetings on the chat. I also met, Mr. Billy and his wife was there. I met RJ Richard Jeremiah's wife, who was also a listener. Who else? Somebody else I met who came up on the
and who came all the way from Long Island. Michael O'Dane, Long Island. Michael made that trip.
Kenwin and Michael from Long Island. He said he surprised us.
Yeah, he did. I was so surprised. I started outside and met Michael. Michael just showed up. I said, hey, yes, I don't just talk the talk.
Yeah.
He and his wife came. He said he came just for the boat ride from Long Island. So we really have to say thanks to Michael for making that effort and supporting. Yeah.
And someone by the name of Kenwin, Sir Charles.
Kenwin, from Digomarte,
yeah. Yeah, Kenwin and his wife were there. They had a little posse upstairs. They had a ball too. Everybody seemed to have a really good time.
And that is important. Everybody who came had a good time. Right?
Yeah.
Let me just say good morning to the folks on the.
Is that Kenwin Henry? Was it Kenwin Henry you're talking about?
Yes, Kenwin Henry.
Yeah. He sends me the link to Gayelle and them show every Friday. Or Saturday. Every Friday.
Total support.
Yeah.
Richard, just before you go, let me just say good morning to Foxy, Archbishop Ashton Clark out there in Canada, Fifi in Addis Ababa, who's on very early. I'm seeing a lot of videos coming out of Addis Ababa now. Kent in Laventel. Also to Reverend Bishop Victor Phillips, who celebrated his birthday over the weekend. He was 81. I hope you had a good celebration. Ingrid is also here very early. Thank you very much. CJ in New York. Thanks for getting up with us this morning, CJ. She said she's sorry she missed the boat ride. All right. But next time. Also, Mr. Billy and his wife who were there. Thanks very much. Zena, good morning to you. Zena, a little under
Talk. Another talker. Another talker.
Well, Zena bought her tickets, something, So if she didn't come,
she said she was coming.
Yeah. so I don't know. Maybe, but she's a little under the weather. So I hope that you feel well soon,
Oh, okay. So you're making excuses, eh?
Yes, I'm making an excuse. She's sick. Frank out there in Aruka, good morning. Also to Miss St. Augustine, good morning to you. Peter Wilson, people out of St. James, Brenda in Penal, good morning. Captain Ron in Orlando. Debbie out there in Mover, thank you very much, Debbie. And also, good morning, Robert Taylor. And good morning to all the people and Gayelle. Richard, how are you doing?
Hi, good morning, guys. And good morning to our listeners and viewers in whatever time zone on this Monday morning. Yeah, I was having some computer troubles this morning for some reason. I just could not log on. It was logging on, but it wasn't giving me any sound or video.
Just buy a new device now, God, every morning and saying that. Buy a new device.
No, I don't know what causes that sometimes. So I have to keep restarting, and it's like, what?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you, buy a new device.
No, but sometimes it's not just the devices. A lot of the platforms giving a lot of problems.
I think sometimes it's the platform.
Yeah.
That gives you that.
Because the platform that we stream, that give us the radio stream to all the different, to our website and everything, coming into the weekend, Thursday or Friday, they went down because of some power outage in their area. And thank God that we were streaming on all the other platforms because the website went down.
But they're having plenty power outages all over now, eh? Oh God,
Yeah.
it's annoying.
Yeah. And
Because
they
when
You know,
when I have
because
a power outage in Arima, my flow box literally goes down for 24 hours, eh? It doesn't come back on until 24 hours later.
no, but that's unusual.
Yeah.
But you know, one of the main website providers, well, that provides the names, the domains for websites went down over the weekend. Because some cooling thing malfunctioned. So I don't know if your domain name is on that
Yeah.
website, but it went down.
But that's the problem I suffered, and that was with the
Yeah,
Namecheap.
yes, Namecheap. Namecheap went down.
Yeah, and that's
It
because
went down over the weekend.
yeah. So
So you couldn't get access because I was busy doing something, and all of us suddenly saying, "But wait, why not getting an email?"
and when it happened, it's really have you frantic. You're wondering, okay, first thing I'll go and check and see my subscription if it
What
expired.
is going on? Yeah, the even more interconnected world that we are in now. But yeah. But I heard the boat ride was excellent. I mean, I couldn't make it. Mrs. R and I had other issues. We had personal issues to deal with when we went. So
Yes, yeah, you're a good lawyer. You're a good lawyer. Not this good lawyer for you know. Don't take no stress from now, man, boy.
Wendell, not those kind of issues. Not every kind of issue. Your kind of issue.
Not everything is lawyer issues.
For your talk good lawyer. Run, Shinaba.
Not every issue is a lawyer issue.
Oh, God.
All right, people, no problem. And yeah, people, we're going to take a short break and come back and stay with us here. When we come back, we'll see what's trending in the newspapers.
Yeah, but.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
What do we all want for Trinidad and Tobago? Safer communities, greater opportunities, and a better future. Join Denise Deming every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio for Common Ground TNT. Each week, respected guests tackle the issues affecting our nation, from crime and education to healthcare, the economy, and good governance. Common Ground TNT, finding solutions through conversation. Tuesdays at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio, Net Radio.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
End times is here. Are you prepared? Check us on New Era TT Radio or Net Radio with Brother Raka and Brother Yatazakawa on Mondays from 7 to 8 p.m. End times is here. Stay tuned.
All right. Let me also alert people that our guest in the next hour will be Deputy Commissioner of Police Junior Benjamin, who agreed to be our guest last week, and then so much happened in the police service since then. I hope he comes on this morning, but so much happened, so much in terms of Mr. Guevara, the Commissioner of Police. Nobody knows his whereabouts, and they haven't put Mr. Benjamin to act, but he did say he is taking charge. He has taken charge as the most senior officer in the TTPS, which I'm not surprised. He is that type of person, you know what I mean? But he and all don't seem to know where Mr. Guevara is. And the Police Service Commission has not said anything. The Minister of Homeland Security has not said anything either. Isn't that strange?
That is strange.
And we speak to Mr. Benjamin, who is an officer and a gentleman, if ever there was one. Today's Express, Monday, August 17th. We won't be bullied. Pararat rejects CWU's 10% wage claim for TSTT workers, insists government must think long-term. And there's a picture of Public Utilities Minister Barry Pararat. That story is on page 3. Cops killed 2 in La Romaine. MP runs for Moruga, and that's MP Michelle Benjamin, as she joins residents of her constituency on Saturday for a day of sport, recreation, and community fellowship. Inside stories, members of the Silver Star Steel Orchestra get into the rhythm yesterday during their performance at Pan Trinbago's Pan Passion annual church service and blessing of the flags at the Grandstand, Queen's Park, Savannah. Police killed 2 in raid. Jeddah's grieving relatives await autopsy results. And this is a very strange story of this young lady who was visiting her with her boyfriend and all of a sudden fell ill and she died. So they are awaiting the autopsy results. Woman held after cop struck with bottle. Police eager for new posts, and that's the new police post. Caitlin on a mission. Thomas the Miracle celebrates 25th birthday. Don't use inmates for cheap labor, so says Michael Anizet of Natak. Those are all trending stories. And in the back, it's ridiculous. Benjamin not acting COP, Gary slams absurd requirement. And there are pictures of former Commissioner Gary Griffith and, of course, DCP Junior Benjamin. Gonzalez, that's Marvin Gonzalez, again demands answers from PM and Alexander on the missing Commissioner of Police and why no one has been appointed to act in his absence. All right, but we are going to be speaking with DCP Benjamin. Maybe he might be able to clear it up when we speak, right? So those are all trending stories in today's Express.
Trinidad and Tobago Guardian for today. Cops killed 2 police claim they were fired upon during raid on house. Relatives dispute account, call for probe. So that's the main trending story that the Guardian went with. Bavaro's absence sparks debate over police leadership. Ramsey Moore blasts police handling of Silver Star's clash at tribe event. Family awaits autopsy after dancer's sudden death. And PH taxi driver shot during robbery in Shogunas. In Digicel pouring more money into TNT. Digicel is stepping up investment in Trinidad and Tobago, expanding its fiber network, mobile capacity, security infrastructure, and connectivity. Heat not excessive for chickens, says climatologist. 81% of NGL shareholders choose US dollar dividends, and the major investments require clear benefits, says Dukaran, and I think that's Maria Dukaran, economist.
Mala.
Former Shiva Boys student loses cancer fight in India. Yellow alert can't cool heat wave from repeating as class winners. So treacherous sea conditions have made a yellow level alert eliminated a number of top contenders, but could not cool heat wave in the annual great race on Saturday. Hours before 30 powerboats left Chagaramas around 7 a.m., the race was still up in the air with the Trinidad and Tobago Powerboats Association contemplating postponing the race due to the conditions. King Best helped royalty top defending champs Pacers. Francis later rest in moving ceremony. Kingsmen end losing streak with win over Night Riders and preparing players for more than the game. All of that is in the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian this morning. So now you know.
All right, and that's a lot to know. All right, so we're going forward. Did you know? And come back.
2012, something changed. Not in one country, not in one school, not in one family, everywhere, at the same time, all at once. And we are only now beginning to understand what happened. After more than a decade of stability, the mental health of teenagers plunged in the early 2010s. Rates of depression rose by 134%. Anxiety rose by 106%. Self-harm rose sharply. Suicide became the second leading cause of death for young people under 24 in the United States. 20% of 12 to 17-year-olds had at least one major depressive episode. The CDC called the findings devastating. This was not a blip. This was not one bad year. This happened in country after country after country at the same time. So what happened in 2012? In 2012, smartphones became universal for teenagers. Instagram launched in 2010. Snapchat in 2011. Twitter was already everywhere. And at exactly the same moment, the play-based childhood that had defined human development for thousands of years was replaced by what psychologist Jonathan Haidt calls the phone-based childhood. Children went from spending their afternoons outside, unsupervised, taking risks, making mistakes, solving problems with other children, to spending them alone, in their rooms, on a screen, being fed content designed to keep them there as long as possible. The research identifies more than a dozen ways this rewiring interferes with how children develop. Sleep deprivation. Children using phones at night sleep significantly less and significantly worse. Social comparison. The constant measurement of your real life against everyone else's curated highlight reel. Loneliness. School loneliness increased in 37 countries simultaneously in the early 2010s. And perhaps most significantly, the loss of unsupervised play. The thing that teaches children how to handle conflict, how to take risks, how to fail and keep going. A generation that never learned those things arrived at adulthood without the tools to handle it. Something happened to the mental health of children around the world at the same time that smartphones became universal. And whatever caused it, it has not been fixed. Australia passed a law in 2025 banning children under 16 from social media. The United Kingdom followed. More countries are considering it. Whatever you think of those laws, they exist because governments looked at the same data and decided that doing nothing was no longer an option. The question is not whether something happened to this generation. The question is, what are we going to do before it happens to the next one?
All right. Let me just greet some other people who joined us. Robert Taylor, Kerwin Duke, Joy Archie, who seems to be voting on the poll already, I don't know. Nadia Stephen, who was missing from the boat ride, but Luan and Claire and Roxanne were there. Nicola McNichols, Beauty Culture, Cheryl Marad, Rosie Bagan, David McCarthy, Sadia Andrews, Jasoja from Calawan. They all joined us during those breaks. All right. Yeah. So, I mean, as I said, the boat ride was great. And Richard Sir Charles really he is really one of the top DJs around. He outshone the other DJs on that boat ride and ended the boat. It's almost like if we didn't want the boat ride to end when Sir Charles took over. You know what I mean?
But we knew Sir Charles was one of the best DJs in the country before that went there.
No, I've not been around Sir Charles too much, in terms of outside of Emancipation Day, and maybe that party. Hey, today's your boy birthday, David Mohammed. Maybe that party we all went together.
Okay. Happy birthday, David.
Remember that party, me, you and David?
Yes, with David Mohammed, yes. And the barefoot woman.
So Charles was the DJ in that party. Oh Lord, we had a ball. But no, but he really is good. He really I don't know. He has a kind of classic, and the changing of the tunes just right. Some DJs changes tunes too fast, and some doesn't have a tune playing too long.
They don't understand the rhythm. They don't understand the rhythm of the crowd.
Yes. Yeah. So Charles understands that. He understands that. I give him his kudos for that. But yeah, it was nice. It was nice. Morning, Keith Clark just joined us. He was there, of course, with his wife. Yeah, so it was a good mood, right? And thanks to, as I said, to Minister Sarat Singh. And I think someone also came to, Harper couldn't remember his name, but I think he says Surish. I asked him, I said Subash from Woodland. So, whoever it was who came and purchased 2 tickets on Saturday, I think he said the person from Woodland. That could only be Subash.
That's probably going so. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for also supporting it. You know.
All right, so people, our lines are open to you. So 281-131-529-9516, and we check and see all the things that are trending. Yeah.
I see one of the stories that's trending, Mandel, is that the PNM can't find a venue for its convention. They're saying that they had booked Queen's Hall, and Queen's Hall had contacted them and said no, that they were already booked for that period. Marvin Gonzalez said how it was confirmed that they were approved, and then it was rescinded. I don't know if they presented proof of that. I don't know. And they're saying they're not. And SAPA is saying it's booked for the date, and NAPA is saying it's booked. So of course the PNM is saying it's, they're seeing it through a political lens. I think Kenny Phillip is for what? NAPA or SAPA? NAPA.
SAPA. He would be SAPA. He down south, not so? Isn't he the one down south?
I think he's south. He's south. At least he's south based.
Yeah.
But he's south based, but I don't know if he's necessarily. Let me check and see.
I think I saw this story too,
Yeah,
just while you're searching for that story, is Dino Maraj from Chaguanas who came to purchase the tickets. Thank you so much. Thanks for correcting me.
All right, hold 1 minute there, guys. Caller, good morning. Hello. Hi, morning, caller.
Good morning, Sir Charles, Richard, and Wendell. The boat ride was epic. Watchman, like myself, all DJs was on the A game, but Sir Charles, I must say, you mash up that boat. Watchman, outside I sweating. I say, oh God, like 10 pounds gone right there instantly. Watchman, we Congo line was best. Watchman, I really enjoy myself, Sir Charles.
Thanks a lot.
Richard and Wendell, Richard, you miss out. You was missed. I mean, I say, oh God, the second back and this was on the boat, but I say, oh God, but when they represent well, was 2-1.
Thank
you
very much.
TT Radio family, friends, everybody. It was nice, blessed.
All right, okay, enough. Right. Thank you very much, ladies. Yeah, I understand enough people know Richard is here, but look, Wendell there, go check him out.
Kenny is Napa apparently, Richard. I've seen on the chat here. Kenny is Napa.
He's Napa. Mm-hmm. So they're all saying that they're booked. So is it political or are they booked?
Or is it really political?
What do you really think it is, Richard? Deep down inside, deep down in your bones, how you feeling?
Mm-hmm. Well, I can't say for sure what I will say is that when a government is in power, if they want a space, they get the space. So when you're out of power, bookings may actually take priority.
And be bumped up. Come like I get bounced off the flight, Wendell.
yeah, because if they were the government, then you could say, hello, change that booking for me, please.
Yeah. Yes. Because they will see that if the government wants a booking, they get it.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're not in power, you gotta go like everybody else, I guess. That's a hard read, whether it's actually political or not. Can it be political? I guess.
Yes, it can.
Of course, Richard.
Yeah, because the state controls the spaces.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be political.
Yeah. But that should be no reason in any case to postpone the convention. It has so many other venues, man. What's that?
Well, they will have to find another one, clearly. Because the Savannah would have been there.
But where do they usually keep the convention, Mendel?
Well, for the last few conventions, it was at the Queen's Park Savannah.
Yeah.
You understand?
That's
And and if the Savannah is going down the same road as Queens Hall and Napa, well, they ain't getting that either.
Yeah, but go Center Excellence, because Center Excellence, despite a lot of people don't realize it, Center Excellence have plenty parking, you know.
Yeah, yes, they do. They
have
do.
plenty parking. It's a real nice venue.
They do. I guess in PNM's tradition has always been, well, I mean, the early conventions were held down at Chagramas, right? If you remember, at the actual convention center. And then they shifted to, I think they had one at St. Augustine one time. That was also during the opposition days. They had moved to somewhere in St. Augustine one time. And then the Savannah, which I never liked. I never liked the Savannah. Because you don't get a hotter space than that. Unless you're in the VIP lounge upstairs. That's Savannah hot.
Yeah, and the six of it too.
Yeah. So, but they've used the Savannah because of the crowd. Remember, a PNM convention is a big thing, eh? You know, you need a big space.
Whatever happened to the convention center in Chagramas? Because I think at one point it was renovated, and then the same PNM, I think, closed down the hotel school, which used to be in that same building, I think, and they closed down the whole hotel.
You skip out a whole part of the history down there, no, Richard?
Who?
When this government was in power the last time, when they had changed all manner of things down there, that's when PNM ceased to get that convention center. And they had changed up the whole issue down at Chagramas. They had shut it down, actually. The convention center was shut down for repairs, and you were hearing about...
That's it. What have been renovated? Wasn't it renovated?
Yeah.
So what does it do now? Is it just an empty building?
I don't know.
Was the hotel school there at one time?
I think it was
the
there.
The hotel school was in the back, in an area there, not in the convention center.
But the hotel school wasn't shut down by Dr. Rowley's administration?
I think it was. That was during the COVID time.
Yeah.
Hold 1 minute there, guys. Caller, good morning.
Oh, God. Oh, my money.
Sorry about that, Mr. Grant.
You know, I'm glad of your boot come up good, right? And but so I know that your stuff is a good review. And the thing you're talking about is sleeping. I like this story.
Why will not hear Mr. Grant properly?
Yes, something playing in the background.
After election, I drive past Omira Road. I end up in some Puna Road. So I'm sleeping over there.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about the sleeping situation.
I miss my turning day by Omira Road, boy. That was after election. I think that was 86 when we lost. And I went up to Puna Road. I went in a bar, drink cigarette one time. And I said, oh, you drinking milk? I said, boy, if I tell you what I'm saying. But my car was so good. A Lancer PF 83 to the circle. Never forget that about it. And anyhow, what happened when we were in the convention? When then you know that they left me up in the convention center, they changed it up. When they think, anytime they have out of power, we take. We used to go by Lions and St. John's. Or if you want, they could go down by Exford, where that boy, the main high place down there, we go down there below. My man, I'm supposed to know the history when you're okay. If you can't get it to Savannah like that. Anyhow, whenever they make me collect education of a semi-party group, I tell my one person, but it's the experience, I didn't so long.
They make it education officer?
Officer in my party group. No, it's 43 years I secretary in my party group, you know. And then I recorded it for that place out. I don't. Without anybody who a secretary put in a party group so long, you know why? Because I was competent. Too much elder. Anyhow.
All right, thank you. No problem, Mr. Grant.
Well, lucky you. I am nothing. I refuse. I don't want to be nothing.
Wow.
Yeah. So Lincoln, I mean Lincoln, Richard, even Beauty Cultures Hotel School was a completely different building down in the back there.
Is it? I thought it was part of that whole convention complex.
No. It's a different building. It was a different building. I know I went to the hotel school at one point in time. For some reason I went down there. It's a completely different building. But that had suffered during the time with lack of funding and COVID and so on, that it was shut down. A lot of people didn't agree with that decision then.
Yeah. It was very much commented on decision.
Yeah, at the point in time.
Many people didn't agree with it.
Yeah. All right. So our poll is up, people. It concerns the whereabouts, and let me just give you all a little backstory into it. Deputy Commissioner of Police Junior Benjamin said yesterday that while he is currently the most senior officer in the TTPS, he has not yet received an instrument formally appointing him to act as Commissioner of Police. Benjamin was contacted hours after opposition PNM Marvin Gonzalez questioned the whereabouts of substantive Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara and whether an acting commissioner had been formally appointed. Speaking at a news conference on Saturday, Gonzalez called on Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander and Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar, who chairs the NSC, to explain the situation. Gonzalez also claimed he had received information that Guevara had left the country and questioned whether the Police Service Commission had appointed an acting commissioner to perform the duties of the substantive office during his absence. Contacted yesterday, Benjamin, who previously acted as commissioner in October 2025, declined to comment in detail ahead of a meeting scheduled for today. He did not disclose who he was scheduled to meet. Benjamin confirmed, however, that he had previously assumed the duties of commissioner while Earl Christopher and McDonald Jacob were substantive commissioners. He said such arrangements were not unusual or foreign to the TTPS. So that's our poll today, people. Should the Police Service Commission explain the whereabouts of the Commissioner of Police? All right? Yes, if you're voting yes, you vote 1. If you're voting no, you vote 2. All right? Should they explain the whereabouts of the Commissioner of Police?
Right. So that's our poll. Should the Police Service Commission explain the whereabouts of the Commissioner of Police? If you think they should, you vote 1 by simply typing 1. If you think no, they don't have to, then vote 2. You just type 2. That's it. Of course, the poll continues throughout the news. You can continue to vote all during this period. And when we come back from the news, we'll talk a bit. We'll still give you some time to vote, and then we'll give you the results. And then, of course, we will be speaking to, well, we don't want to say the acting commissioner of police, but we will be speaking to one of the most senior police officers.
The most.
In the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, Junior Benjamin. So you can look forward to that. 7 a.m. news is next.
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on Net Radio and Gayelle TV. I am Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar is welcoming Venezuela's signing of licenses for hydrocarbon exploration in the Laran Phase 2 development and the Plataforma Deltana area. She congratulated acting Venezuelan President Delcy Rodriguez, saying the agreements could strengthen energy cooperation and benefit Trinidad and Tobago. Persad-Bissessar says the deals could allow approximately 7 trillion cubic feet of Venezuelan gas to be sent to Trinidad and Tobago for processing. The government says Tandy could potentially monetize more than 12 trillion cubic feet of natural gas from several regional and cross-border fields using its existing energy infrastructure. The Laran field is part of the Laran-Manatee cross-border development, estimated to hold about 10 trillion cubic feet of gas. The government says the agreements represent a major opportunity to strengthen Tandy's energy security and deepen cooperation with Venezuela and international energy companies. The opposition PNM is demanding answers about the whereabouts of Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara and whether an acting commissioner has been appointed. PNM Chairman Marvin Gonzalez says he received information that Guevara has left the country. A senior police officer confirmed that Guevara applied for emergency leave, but could not say whether he is out of the jurisdiction. Gonzalez is also questioning plans for an AI data center in Golconda, calling for details on approvals, environmental assessments, water supply, and consultations with residents. He also accused Senator Anil Roberts of discussing sealed court documents involving Balasier House and alleged the government is targeting PNM donors. Gonzalez described the issue as an attack on democracy. Lawyers are raising concerns about difficulties faced by people detained under preventive detention orders who cannot afford legal representation. Attorney Karan Ramkalwan says his client, 20-year-old Jamali Wilson, has been detained since July 18th and has been unable to secure an attorney to challenge his detention before the review tribunal. Ramkalwan says Wilson's mother contacted the tribunal for help but was referred to the Legal Aid and Advisory Authority, which allegedly said it does not handle preventive detention matters. The lawyer says the tribunal has the power to assign an attorney to detainees who cannot afford one. He is warning that unless the matter is addressed, he will pursue judicial review and constitutional proceedings. Ramkalwan also claims other detainees face similar difficulties accessing legal representation. 67 people have left positions on state boards and in public offices since the UNC administration took office in April 2025, including CEOs, directors, chairmen, and other senior executives. The departures include resignations, terminations, administrative leave, revoked appointments, and early retirement across several state entities. Caribbean Airlines recorded the highest number of departures, followed by the National Gas Company, First Citizens Bank, and TSTT. Several senior officials at WASA and other state agencies have also left or been removed. Retired Public Service Head Reynold Cooper says frequent changes in senior management can affect the stability and efficiency of the public service. He is also calling for people placed on administrative leave to be given timely updates and says such leave should not continue indefinitely. The Office of Procurement Regulation has found problems in how the Housing Development Corporation selected and vetted companies for its canceled $3.4 billion housing project. The OPR says its review identified shortcomings in supplier selection and due diligence during the pre-qualification and evaluation stages. The findings come 6 weeks after HDC canceled the project, which involved proposed contracts for about 3,700 homes. OPR says HDC must take corrective action before starting any future procurement process. The regulator has not released its full report and has not alleged corruption or criminal wrongdoing. The findings follow several complaints and challenges involving HDC procurement, including objections to the now canceled project. HDC canceled the project on June 17th, saying it was in the public interest. Finally, at least 53 people have been killed and around 5,000 displaced after a powerful earthquake struck Indonesia's Flores Island. The shallow magnitude 7.7 quake hit shortly before 5 a.m. local time on Saturday, damaging more than 900 homes and hundreds of other buildings. Officials say 341 aftershocks have been recorded, while dozens of schools, healthcare facilities, and government offices were also severely damaged. More than 100 people were injured, including 36 who suffered serious injuries. Rescuers are continuing to search for survivors, as landslides have blocked access to some villages. A tsunami warning was issued after the earthquake, prompting about 2,000 people to evacuate. But it was lifted 3 hours later after no significant rise in sea levels was detected. Officials are urging residents to stay away from damaged structures and coastal areas. And that is Net Radio News at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio. Net Radio.
Your mid-morning just got better. Join Sir Charles for the mid-morning mix and mingle, where good music, real talk, health, and family matters come together, and your voice is heard. Whether you're at work, on the go, or just taking a break, this is the perfect mix to keep you engaged, informed, and entertained. The mid-morning mix and mingle, weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 noon on New Era TT Radio, Net Radio.
Wake up, rise up. It's the Net Radio Breakfast Show, bringing you the energy, music, and vibes to start your day right.
nothing wrong now with a little vice. So baby, just relax and give me inch by inch. Roll back on it, inch by inch. Rub up on it, inch by inch. And don't leave no space between us. Roll back on it, inch by inch. Throw back on it, inch by inch. Rub up on it, inch by inch. And don't leave no space between us. Sometimes you got to slow it down so you could feel what you're working on. To get the right pick, it got to be the right grip, then you could put it on. If you're tired of the jumping, take a trip, then we move along. Sexy whining, little levy, you come together like a slow song. This time it is your time, baby. Let's focus on this wine, baby. This fed go be one of a kind, so prepare your mind and get ready for the jamming. You go have a time of your life. This sweetness feels like paradise. The way you walk on, you like any vibes. Nothing wrong now with a little vibe. So baby, just relax and give me inch by inch. Roll back on it, inch by inch. Rub up on it, inch by inch. And don't leave no space between us. Roll back on it, inch by inch. Throw back on it, inch by inch. Rub up on it, inch by inch. And don't leave no space between us. Even the sunlight can't come between us. If we just hold on tight, nobody can come between us. Even the sunlight can't come between us. Just hold on tight, yeah. She say like a bumper invitation. Don't be shy when I come around. This special flex is for special guests. I am one in a million. I never tired of the jumping. I take a trip and let me move along. Sexy whining, little levy, you come together like a slow song. This time it is your time, baby. Let's focus on this wine, baby. This fed go be one of a kind, so prepare your mind and get ready for the jamming. You go have a time of your life. This sweetness feels like paradise. The way you walk on, you like any vibes. Nothing wrong now with a little vibe. So baby, just relax and give me inch by inch. Roll back on it, inch by inch. Rub up on it, inch by inch. And don't leave no space between us. Roll back on it, inch by inch. Throw back on it, inch by inch. Rub up on it, inch by inch. And don't leave no space between us. Even the sunlight can't come between us. If we just hold on tight, nobody can come between us. Even the sunlight can't come between us. Just hold on tight, yeah.
Mornings just got better. You're locked into NETT Radio Breakfast Show. Fueling your day with the best music and real talk.
Yeah, instruction time. Come back. Don't leave any space between us. Inch by inch. Yeah. People, 14 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock. How are you doing this morning? I'm hoping all is well. Hoping you had a good weekend and you're putting yourself together right about now. Yeah. I know sometimes Monday can be kind of hard to go, you know. Yeah, just so Captain Ron said something good. He said, shh, I'm hiding from Monday. Yeah, and I know sometimes you feel that kind of way, that you just want to hide from Monday. Yeah. Anyhow, everybody, good morning, and of course, welcome to the second hour of the breakfast show. Yes, it is already the second hour. The breakfast show, Wendell Stephen, Richard Bragobaro saying, and of course, Sir Charles. We keep your company Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. until 9 a.m. Yeah. And we are here on all our streaming platforms. We're here on Gayelle Caribbean TV. So let me say good morning to the folks out there at Gayelle. Yeah. And of course, when you don't see us on the TV feed and you don't get us on our YouTube or Facebook feed because we carry our talk shows live, right? We don't carry the music live. So to get the music and stuff, you have to come across to netradiott.com. That way you get all of the music and some of the other programs in between there, because we stream all day, every day on Net Radio, you know, every day. Even stream the boat ride. So people who were not able to come were able to listen all around the globe to the boat ride. Yeah. So people check out our social media pages, so whether it be Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, or even our WhatsApp channel. It's Net Radio Trinidad. It's easy branding. And we want you to go and really subscribe and follow those channels for us, please. Right now, we need you to follow our TikTok channel because we want that next channel to go live. And we want you people to go and follow the TikTok channel. All right? Just go up to TikTok, Net Radio Trinidad, and just follow it. All right? Of course, you can get us on all our streaming platforms. Tune in, Radio Garden, Online Radio Box, Simple Radio. Any streaming platform that you are accustomed using, all you have to put in there is Net Radio Trinidad, and you will find us, okay? Of course, all your Google smart devices, you just give them that command, Alexa, play NETT Radio Trinidad, or Alexa, play Net Radio Trinidad, all right? So our morning poll is up. Seems that the Commissioner of Police is mission in action. Everybody wants to know, where is the Commissioner of Police right about now? So do you think that the Police Service Commission should let us know or say something about the whereabouts of the police, the Commissioner of Police at this point in time? So if you're saying yes, you're voting 1. If you're saying nah, no need to, you're voting 2, okay? And when we come back after the break, we'll tell you how you voted. And don't forget, when you go to our channels, there's also a donate button so you can help keep the channel on air, okay? When we come back, yeah, we'll tell you how you voted.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
What do we all want for Trinidad and Tobago? Safer communities, greater opportunities, and a better future. Join Denise Deming every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio for Common Ground TNT. Each week, respected guests tackle the issues affecting our nation, from crime and education to healthcare, the economy, and good governance. Common Ground TNT, finding solutions through conversation. Tuesdays at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio, Net Radio.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
End times is here. Are you prepared? Check us on New Era TT Radio or Net Radio with Brother Raka and Brother Yatazakawa on Mondays from 7 to 8 p.m. End times is here. Stay tuned.
Okay, everybody, so we are back and we welcome you back to the breakfast show. Don't forget to check out End Times, yeah, for all the people who are biblical and, well, I won't say religious because, that have so many different meanings these days. But yeah, check it out. We have End Times. That's coming up later on this evening, 7 o'clock, right? 7 to 8 p.m. And you could join us on the frequency, all our YouTube and Facebook people. You could join us around that time also. Yeah. Interesting times are ahead.
All right. I know we are. Hello?
Go ahead.
All right. No, I know we are into the poll. Of course, our poll is up. Should the Police Service Commission explain the absence of the whereabouts of Commissioner of Police Alistair Guevara. Lots of votes coming in on this, but I just wanted, for the sake of clarity, because I observed a comment by Lester Cragwell early on, that the closing of the hotel school was one of the nails in Dr. Rowley's coffin. I do agree with that. For the simple reason that that hotel school closed during the COVID and also prior to that election of 2020. It says the Trinidad and Tobago Hospitality and Tourism, which evolved from the original Trinidad and Tobago Hotel School, closed in 2020. The permanent closure occurred in 2020 due to financial collapse and revenue loss driven by the COVID-19 pandemic restrictions. That is what I remember. It says severe loss of revenue and lack of government subventions during pandemic-related lockdowns affected the hospitality sector, right? So, of course, the government had certain priorities at the time, and I guess the hotel school wasn't one. So you could say that. No problem with that, because, as I said, people did kick up a fuss about it. But I don't know that resulted in them losing any election, because they won that election. So that's where I differed slightly on that, Lester. But lots of votes coming in on this particular poll. Up to present time, we have not heard where the Commissioner of Police, Alistair Guevara, is, and if in fact that they have appointed Deputy Commissioner Junior Benjamin to act as commissioner. He has said, however, that he has taken charge because he is the most senior deputy, and he has taken charge of the police service. All right. So hopefully we will get to speak with him in a bit, and we'll get a little more clarity on that. All right.
Yeah, and he's that kind of person too. Something needs to be done. Because even what I admired DCP Benjamin for, because he was sitting in that seat as the acting commissioner of police, and then probably things did not go his way. But I never got the feeling from talking to him or listening to his comments and anything that he was in any way bitter about it.
Yeah.
It's he's like a real team player.
Yeah, he is.
Because
my regret is not seeing him act a little longer.
Yeah,
as commissioner of police,
or given the opportunity to really sit in the seat as that individual. But life is life. Life does some things to you. So, people, we can take your calls 2811-315-299-5156. Remember, you're commenting on the poll, especially right about now, before we get into our guests. So, if you have a view that you would like to share on the poll, we can take your calls now. All right.
Yeah.
So, get into it.
Because the commissioner is just, Lester, there's the other comment you make that I agree with, that the commissioner should go on. You don't need to come back. I agree with that part.
Hey,
Commissioner, a lot has happened with that current commissioner that probably wants him losing his job. I'm sorry, I said it. We've said it on this show many times. You know what I mean? Too many things have happened under his watch.
Other than listen to the commissioner of police the other day when he celebrated his first year on the job, and how many different things the man talked about that he did.
Yeah.
Well,
how many things happened under his watch, Sir Charles, including that Joshua Samaru killing?
Yeah. Well, I mean, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean? The man have had some achievements.
Name them.
I can't really remember them right now, but I remember he put out that they was speaking about all the different things. And one of the main things is the crime statistics, that the crime is down. All I can get vexed on.
The crime is down because of a state of emergency, Sir Charles.
It doesn't matter whether
we were quick to say that when Gary Griffith was commissioner. It's only because of a state of emergency with COVID.
No,
why the crime and statistics. We were quick to say that with Gary, but we're not saying that with this one.
I never said. I said because at the end of the day, whether it is a state of emergency or whether it is whatever it is, it is what it is, and it is done. So I have never
all right, may I argue with you with that? Because
anyway,
I can't argue with statistics. But I'm saying, both you and I know it had nothing to do with him.
You see me, I'm not going to that. Caller, good morning.
Yeah, morning to Charles.
Morning, Trent City.
Morning, Mr. Patrick.
Morning.
Mr. Patrick, we were looking out for you on Saturday, man. I thought you'd come on the boat.
You're looking out for any party? You couldn't find me there. I was following great race by. A powerful race by.
Yeah.
That sea was real bad by.
Yeah, we would have felt some of that on Saturday night too. Eh?
Yeah, the effects of it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Traffic.
Wendell, I think that's a big hole by you there, buddy.
Listen, somebody over the last few days attempted to patch some of those holes, but that road needs scraping and repaving. Because they might have patched the hole and make a hump instead.
That one next one, lower down with the doubles man of me.
Yeah.
But oh God, I jumped down in that hole, buddy.
Wow. They throw some stuff in it this morning. Well, this morning when I went over it, they had throw some stuff in it yesterday.
Yeah, boy. But I realized like it have somebody paving road in Malaba too.
Okay.
Like they paved that whole road going straight along the road. You know? But what I recall to say the commissioner of police, well, we know where he gone. But this Benjamin, I like how he personally cool and calculated. Not like Gary, boy. Although Gary make it real nice, huh? Although Gary make it like that. I two different personality, boy. Two different personality. But like the victimizing all the PNM people, boy. All the time no place for the convention.
Don't worry, man. They'll find a place. Mr. Patrick, they're trying to victimize me.
Yeah. I don't want to video, but I go.
All right, okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick. Hello, good morning, Mr. Billy.
Yeah,
from one Patrick to the next Patrick.
One Patrick to the next Patrick. I just want to say, before I make my substantial contribution, thank you all guys, Net Radio Crew, for that wonderful thing. And at my age, 68 years, you're looking for things, the wrong people. I don't want no new friends. I'm good friend like Wendell and all the people there, his worker at the bar there, and I don't want no new friends. I to charge yourself and So I am saying that was a wonderful, wonderful night. My wife said to tell you all thanks. It's a long time, over 15 years I'm going on a boat, right?
Wow.
I told Wendell that too, that she's not a boat, right?
Yes.
When she hears the cause and the reason that she wanted to support it, and I convinced her to come along,
Right.
So she just want to say thank you all guys, and she really enjoyed the company. Yeah, we outside. There's our boss,
Thanks for that.
With respect to the poll, I will say yes. I will vote yes. So the PSC explained the way. I think so. Those what they call it, those positions, those jobs are very, very, very critical, and the public ought to know. At least where is the commissioner, they don't want to go into details of his personal life in terms of what he might go there or going for. But I think we ought to know where he is, and if he's in his jurisdiction, as you say, or if he's out of the country, we have to know that, right? So I go for that. But now let's take care, man, and tell the Rima kid, man, he missed a good night, Saturday night, but we outside like that.
Thanks, Mr. Billy. Thank you so much.
I just have a gut feeling that this government want to distance themselves from that commissioner of police, and they're trying to find a way. I just have a gut feeling, because how many times we have called on him to be removed lately? Just think about it, people, with all the manner of things that have been going on.
They ask for him to be removed?
No, people. The public has been asking for him to be removed. Yeah.
But the thing about it is that and if the PSC is supposed to be independent institution, they should know what is going on. And if Mr. Guevara, I mean, at the end of the day, when you see it in public life, you become public property, and most people who take up office need to recognize that. As Mr. Billy said, for me personally, we don't need to know what it is you're going to do, but if you have something going on, you should at least be able to say to the public, I will not be available. I am taking X, Y, and Z leave or whatever, because I'm sure there are things that he's entitled to, you know? So, come on, man. What are you doing right now, man?
Yeah, and if he has a family emergency or anything like that, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, you
Him
know.
taking leave for that.
Yeah. Because look,
Nothing wrong
just
with that.
the Prime Minister had to take some leave and she went to see about someone, a death in her family or something like that too, you know?
Yeah.
So come on, yeah.
But just do it properly.
Yeah.
You know?
And all of these things just create some unnecessary bacchanal in the place. This is a very unnecessary piece of bacchanal taking place here right now.
Because I'm telling you, when Mr. Benjamin agreed to do the interview last week, none of this was in the air, you know. None of this was in the air. Just so bam, it show up in the air on over the weekend. I say, my God, I wonder if he will come on still, boy.
But we're waiting on him. So in the meantime, let's get the poll results, and then we'll open up, take a couple of calls until Mr. Benjamin arrives. So
All
go
right,
ahead.
our poll results, of course, should the PSC, that's the Police Service Commission, explain the whereabouts of the Commissioner of Police? 97% of you said yes, 3% said no. I wonder why would somebody, I think I see one or two people vote no.
Yeah, one or two people did say no.
Yeah. You know, but 3% of you said no, 97% said yes. All right?
That's our morning poll for today, Monday.
Yeah. There were several issues swirling around the Commissioner of Police. That issue of the Hadid's arrest, that issue of the, you know, they have not explained yet if they are monitoring Star Sabga. Remember they said they will be putting things in place because she lives in an apartment complex? You know, they've not come back and tell the public how are they monitoring her? And she's supposed to be under monitoring, 24-hour monitoring. Are they in fact doing that?
I think that was part of the court order.
Yes. And they said that they're going to be putting things in place because she is living in an apartment complex, right? And they would get back to us. We have not heard anything since. How are they to monitor someone who's living in an apartment complex? They can't possibly sit outside of her door. They wouldn't know when she leaves that building. If she goes through another entrance or comes out with somebody else or whatever, or in disguise, because they're not monitoring her actual front door.
Or gives you a Donald Trump.
And go in a food cart.
Yes, or maybe when the laundry people go up to collect this thing, the big
hide under all the towels and come downstairs and go.
Downstairs and gone away.
Not a peep out to the TTPS since.
All right. So people, give us a call, 28113152995156. You know, I know there are other issues outside there that maybe you would like to treat with or ask a question. You can do so now, right? Because in a little bit we will be going into our Let's Talk segment once our guest arrives. So let's hope that he will join us soon. I'm hoping there's no hiccup, because you know he is the Deputy Commissioner of Police. He's the most senior one of that too, and I suppose this situation is a very, what they might call a fluent one that keeps changing all the time. So people might be calling on him for all different kinds of things at this morning. But we're hoping for the best. I really hope that we get him on here this morning. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
I know I made a bet with someone that Richard is not going to be to attend that boat ride. I should have put a little more money on it. I should have put some money on it. Anyway, I just sent you all something there on WhatsApp. I don't know how accurate the information is, because you know sometimes these things are fabricated. But I just saw that there's a bumper-to-bumper traffic heading down to the west. I don't know what is the cause of it, but I thought you should sensitize people that if they intend to go to the west, they could probably hold up. Well, first verify that is what is really going on. I sent it to you on WhatsApp, so Charles.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
That has to be because of the accident I spoke about this morning.
Say that again?
Charles?
But remember, the accident you saw was where, Wendell? That's in
Right by Brighton's there, by just
but that's
approaching
true.
Bartaria.
But this is further down what Lincoln talking about. This is
Yeah, but that would affect everything, you know.
The picture is from around Hilton Holiday in there. No, you know what they call it? What they call that hotel now?
On Rice Road.
Radisson, yeah.
Right.
The traffic is bumper to bumper. Like if it have some kind of, remember when it had Red Bull in Carnage? That was what this traffic seems like in the still photo, right? So, right. Ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to say that Wendell Richard not attending is not a surprise to me. And he seems to leave a big gap for he and also Mrs. R. But
Richard don't go on boat ride. I don't go on boat ride either, you know, but I mean I couldn't not go on our boat ride.
You can't promote this thing for how much months and then not show up. I mean I don't understand it at all. But suffice it to be so. Anyway, gentlemen, reference the commissioner. If I had voted, I stay out of that vote, but if I had voted, I would have said no because we had periods in this country where we didn't have commissioners for years. They had acting. A commissioner, the police service does run on autopilot. You know, they don't need this man at the helm to say, well, you need the commissioner to run the police service. Police officers have their job to do regardless if the commissioner there or not. Right, so we don't just be on semantics. We just be on papi show thing. When the commissioner, the police service need a commissioner. The police will run without a commissioner. The police would run with a DCP in charge. The police would run with somebody in charge. It will continue. The police service wouldn't shut down because the commissioner gone for a couple of days or wherever he gone. All right.
Yeah. You know that's
so Charles, just quickly. So Charles, just quickly. Sorry, Lincoln, to interrupt you. So Charles, could you just send me over the link for DCP Benjamin?
Yeah.
He is not getting through with that link that that was the last link I sent to Clint. So it's supposed to be the same link. But could you just send it over to me so I can send it to him? And also, I'm told, Amjad, that nothing is moving in or out of Carnage. So I don't know what's happening down in the West. There is something happening in the West, apparently. He said nothing is moving in or out of Carnage area.
Wow. That is
so I don't know if it's a roadblock. Oh, it's an accident. Oh, it's a terrible accident.
Oh. Yeah.
All right. I just got the video. I'll send it to you too. It's a terrible accident.
Something like that taking place.
Yeah.
All right. But Lincoln, thanks much, my friend.
No problem, brother.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send this. Thanks, Lincoln. I'm gonna send this over to Mr. Benjamin now.
Yeah. And Lincoln is probably so right because I mean the police, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has had the opportunity, the experience.
Can I have the same link? This appears to be the same link. All right, let me try this one. Otherwise, I don't want to have to call him. I prefer to have him on.
Yeah, Miss Sampson.
Good morning, Charles. Good morning, everyone.
Okay.
Charles, I think I'm being victimized.
You're being victimized?
I tried to call in water on the street because I and another lady is the only people that has landline. The lady called, the Indian lady called about the water pressure and the duration, since knew the pressure and duration stuff. She got her line blown out. I got a meter in front of my place. Since they put that meter on the 7th, the whole street having water except me. Chelsea, I have no water. I'm here home alone.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Miss Sampson. I don't know.
Did you cut off Miss Sampson?
No, Miss Sampson's still there. Miss Sampson?
I'm here.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk with Richard.
I don't know what to do. I called for truck-borne water, and after all what they did, I still have to be on a list. If even you all know they put a meter in front there and I'm not getting the water, at least I should have priority to get the truck-borne water. Chelsea has pay my bill prompt. I don't pay my bill in part. Better I don't pay WASA. It just don't make any sense. And on top of that, I'm sure I will not get any rebate. So since on the 3rd, I haven't gotten water. Up to yesterday, the street had water, but my house don't have any water. You see this race and hate, I'm ready to run amok, eh? I can't take it anymore.
Don't run amok, please.
Yeah. Yeah,
All
that's
right.
that.
So Mr. Benjamin said he's in, right?
Well, he is in, but he has not engaged his camera or his microphone, so we can't get him in.
Oh, okay.
Send him that message. He needs to engage
All
his
right.
microphone. I'm seeing him backstage, but
Yeah, he might be able to bring him in unless those he probably didn't allow microphone and stuff.
yeah,
I wanted to tackle what Lincoln said. Lincoln, of course, you need a commissioner of police. You need to have somebody at the helm.
He was
Even
just
though there may be
talking
some,
sarcastically, not so?
but even though there's some level of maybe functionality that the police service would go on, but everything when the helm of an institution is not there, there are a lot of things that pause, in terms of signing off on stuff, in terms of all manner of things that go on a pause button. Certain things may continue to function, but there are many things that go on pause because that administrative head is not there who has the authority to sign certain documents, believe it or not.
okay. Well, I see Mr. Benjamin. So hold on there, Richard.
Yeah. Right, we got him.
Well, we sort of got him.
Good morning, Mr. Benjamin. Are you there?
I am here. I am not sure. I'm not even seeing myself. So
we're hearing you, but we're not seeing you.
Oh my! I'm trying I'm doing everything.
You're using a phone or a laptop?
Laptop.
All right.
So
you engage your camera.
Okay, one second. I think I
all right, we got you. We got you.
Yeah,
we got you.
Yeah, I think I probably found it now.
Right. Good morning, Commissioner Benjamin. How are you?
Well, it's a privilege to be here as usual. This is interesting times, and certainly, it's always a pleasure to join you guys and to share this moment with you all.
You notice I called you Commissioner Benjamin, right?
So, well, I know, even DCP has a commissioner in it as well, deputy commissioner.
You picked up on that.
So, I mean, people call me that all the time. So, so I'm appreciative, no matter what context it is in.
Right, well, let's clear up the latest thing first. Welcome back to the breakfast show. Let's clear up the latest things first, because last time I spoke to you and I indicated what we would like to speak to you about. The issue of Mr. Guevara missing and the Police Service Commission not acting came up over the weekend subsequently, right? So what is the latest with that particular matter? Is Mr. Guevara in the jurisdiction? And has the Police Service Commission issued any sort of release concerning his absence and your appointment?
Well, let me just say there are certain things that I think needs to be at least pointed to the persons who have the authority to speak on it. I do not think that I have that authority to speak on it in relation to the commissioner's whereabouts. Nevertheless, I can say that anything of that nature should be at least given to the chairman of the Police Service Commission or the Minister of Homeland Security, who has the power to grant leave, etc. So those are the persons that I really think that these questions should be granted or should be at least pointed to.
All right. So is it that a commissioner could leave office for whatever reason? He might have had an emergency, whatever reason, and the deputy commissioners not know?
No, I'm not saying that we are not aware. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that again, the people to speak to the issue are those that have the authority to do so, and therefore I am saying the persons that have the authority would be, in this case, either the chairman of the Service Commission, who both the commissioner and the deputy commissioner would account to, or the Minister of National Security, who is the one that grants leave in this case.
Yeah.
All right. So if the persons that grant leave, I apply for leave. If I want leave, I apply for leave, And the person to grant it is the Minister of Homeland Security. And therefore, I'm saying it is the Minister of Homeland Security to grant that leave, because I cannot speak to that.
So
Oh,
as we
so are you
speak,
suggesting you're suggesting that he's on leave then?
No, I'm saying that if that is the case, and I'm saying that yes, my understanding is that he would have applied for some level of emergency leave, as the case may be.
so
Oh,
as of
because
now,
I was a little nervous that there was another Earl Christopher kind of situation taking place again. But
No,
but
no, 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 no. This is the police service is run by responsible individuals, and we ensure at all times that the protocols are followed. My understanding is that all the necessary protocols were followed, and therefore, again, the situation is one where those that are in authority to speak on it will speak on it in due season.
so as we
well, with
speak
all due
now,
respect, with all due respect, the protocols have not been followed because there is a gap in terms of the information coming to members of the public. And the Police Service Commission has a duty to have not allowed that gap to have happened, that the media is now asking questions. So the Police Commission Authority, the Police Service Commission has fallen in their duty in allowing this gap in information to have existed in the first place. Would you agree on that?
Well, again, there's certain things that I try to keep count of, but one, I would say that the Service Commission would be the one to speak on whether or not they have there's a gap. I'm saying the gap that you're not informed does not negate the fact that the protocols were followed, because information coming, there can be one reason or the next why it was not, and I guess they can speak to that. But the protocols is that if I want to apply for leave, there's a protocol to be followed, and those things, as far as I'm concerned, were followed, and therefore, I am saying where that is concerned, I think that all protocols were observed, and I stand by that at this time.
so let's forget for the time being Mr. Guevara applying for leave and all those protocols were followed and so on. Have you as yet heard from the Police Service Commission in terms of you being acting Commissioner of Police? Have you gotten that kind of correspondence as yet, as of now?
I want you to appreciate, if you look at the Constitution, as to how the whole process of a person becoming an acting commissioner of police will take place. And I will not go into all in it, but normally it will come from the Service Commission, having done the necessary things. They have a merit list, and anybody could be on that merit list to act as commissioner of police. All right. But that list, from that list, the person on the top of the merit list will be sent more or less to the president, who will then send it to the parliament. Parliament would then debate on it, etc. That is my understanding of the protocols to be followed. The fact that the parliament is not in session will probably create that challenge, but nevertheless, that being said, I'm saying that the police service, and I want Trinidad and Tobago to be very, very confident in this one thing, that the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service continues to run with a level of adequate leadership. And also, I want to even hasten to say that this is not the first time something of this nature would have taken place. You have situations under DCP Jacob, where, again, while he was yet a deputy commissioner, he would have led the service, and then eventually the necessary protocols were followed in terms of him acting. And also, I'm saying, even if you carry your minds back to 2025, before I took up office, I led the service for at least 2 weeks or so with under a similar situation where I was the deputy commissioner of police and the most senior person, and led the organization, and the organization didn't collapse. I'm saying all the other necessary things are done at this time, where I am presently the accounting officer of the service, and all the necessary things. So there's absolutely nothing, and I think that we're probably making an issue here of something that might not necessarily be an issue if we
Yeah.
understand the protocols.
Well,
That
I did remember that part there, DCP Benjamin. But my last question on this matter, is it then that another deputy commissioner of police could in fact be appointed acting commissioner?
Yes, there's a merit list. There's a merit list, but the merit list again starts and expires at a certain time, and it is the Service Commission that, from the merit list that they have, that they would choose the person to be the person to act as the commissioner of police. So it can change. It can change. Every year we go through the process of determining the order of the merit list, and therefore they make it quite clear. And it is in the Service Commission, in their regulations and so on, that it is not about seniority. It's not about seniority when they make a decision. It is based on that merit list, and it is all part of what the Service Commission has put, so that they can choose the best person to lead the service.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate. All right. Well, let's get into what we really came here for. It's just that this thing happened and bam, That's why our question was framed around the Police Service Commission and not the commissioner and not yourself. It was framed around the Police Service Commission, not communicating with the public, which they have not done as yet, right? Through its line minister or whoever that may be. But the issue of the police force, DCP Benjamin, of course, this has been a contentious issue, simply because of maybe the way it happened and the reasons behind it. What are the actual reasons behind the commissioning of 30 police posts, when in fact some of those police posts are close to, in the vicinity of, established police stations?
Well, there are many different reasons. Probably at this point in time, I would probably like to offer probably 2 or 3 reasons to me where I believe is these posts are so important in terms of our crime fighting strategy. These posts are more or less appointed in different strategic areas to help us in our operational plan to fight crime. And therefore, in some cases, it is based on what we call the hotspot areas. In some cases, it is based on what we call intelligence-led information, that we wanted to ensure that we at least place them in a particular area based on the intelligence, using the CAPA data to guide us. And also we wanted to ensure faster response to persons within the various locations. And we believe that if we have the post closer to those areas, it will cause for a faster response time. Whether you find it is close to a station or not, we are saying that even if it is I just saying, if it is just 2 minutes away, 5 minutes away, it is still 5 minutes probably closer to the highway, to the main road. It is in a place where, again, where if we wanted to hear, or if we hear of a robbery, we might be able to put up, one of our strategies to at least to lock down the area, etc. So there are different reasons behind it, and it's not just one situation or one answer for that question.
But if it is that police officers were generally, I'm just phrasing it within the context of what former Commissioner Gary Griffith would have said, and what former Commissioner Dwayne Gibbs and Uwatsky were doing, in saying that less police officers needed to be in physical buildings and more on the beat. So if the TTPS was actually doing that as an objective, wouldn't the same objective be fulfilled?
There are different ways. There are different ways in which we can deal with these situations, and I'm saying no one person.
Richard, mute your mic.
Right? No one person has the panacea for the problem. We continue to use the strategy that we believe is fitting, even as we have the resources. We recognize that with the police officers, many times, even within the station, the facilities are not of the best. In this situation, we have where police officers can be in a more comfortable area so that they can produce better. We have a situation where they are not going to be outfitted in a place where all the latest technology would be there to cause them to even have that ability to respond better and so forth. There's a lot more, and it's not that the officers are going to be just inside there doing nothing. We are saying that they're going to be doing patrols. They are going to be. It's about police visibility. The police visibility will lead to, again, greater trust in and confidence in the whole security environment of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, and therefore we believe that this is really a step in the right direction.
So is there a plan then, DCP Benjamin, for how many officers would be stationed at a police post and how many cars will be there? Because I'm hearing you that a new environment will probably be a better environment than what currently exists. I'm hearing that. But how many people will be there, and how are they to respond with how many vehicles? And can people come to a police post and make reports as they would do at police stations?
Right. So I want you to just think about the question you just asked me and tell me if you think that's a prudent thing for me to respond in the public to tell how much people will be there. All right.
Well,
Because
you're not going to give exactly.
I'm just saying that is something of national security that I will not venture. I want to assure the public that if you go, you will have the adequate service, and I think that is the real issue. The next thing is that I want you to appreciate that this is not something that the police alone is doing. This is a joint enterprise where the police would be working with our brother in arms in terms of the defense force. So it's going to be a joint. So therefore, the manpower is not just about the police service only. We are going to have the necessary assistance from our defense force, and we are going to be working together to ensure that that safety and security blanket over Trinidad and Tobago would be one where the citizens feel more secure while walking the streets, while driving their vehicles, knowing that the police and national security on a whole will be working together to ensure safety of this nation.
So someone, a member of the public, can actually go to a police post to make a report if need be.
All right. So yes. So let me thank you for reminding me of that part of the question. And I would want to say that the purpose of the post is not necessarily for persons to just go and make any kind of report. Somebody steal my dog. Thing. I have an accident. It's just a bounce. No, we say the station is there for that. Once you have an emergency, we are saying that let's utilize the post for the emergency cases, all right? Because the aim is where we want to have a swift response so that we can see if there's an offense, if there's a perpetrator, that we're able to at least arrest those persons and bring them to justice. So it's important for us to understand the purpose. As much as possible, we say the station is there for the normal offenses, but we're coming to emergency situations, life and death situations, offenses where a person might be in your house, those kind of things. We're saying, hey, come on, go get to the station as quick as possible and let us know so that, not station, so the post, and let us see how fast we can respond. If a police officer is outside, we're going to have officers outside, make the report to the officer. It's about us responding faster, quicker, so that we can bring about the level of safety and security in our nation.
So the citizens may very well encounter police posts that may be locked at some point in time.
Well, I don't know about the post being locked. All right, I don't know if that happens. Then you need to let me know. But my understanding is that where emergency situation is concerned, the post is there. It's going to be available, and I am of the firm opinion, that they are not just going to be available, but they're going to be accessible. You understand? and they would be adaptable to deal with any situation that they would face from a time, in a timely manner.
Of course, there's been talk about the U.S. Army personnel being involved in manning some of these posts. Is that in fact true?
Again, I cannot speak to that. I do not have that fact, so I am unable to speak to that at all.
Yeah. All right. Well, we could move on from the police post unless the guys have some other questions on it. Body cams, DCP Benjamin. It seems that, as Richard last said, I feel the police just need to do a press conference and say, listen, don't ask us anything about body cams again. We are not going to be using it. Do not ask us.
Well, I don't know why you would think that. I am of the firm opinion that, again, we have absolutely no problem with the body cams. All right. I would have stated, and I'm not sure if it was on this program or some other program, that we would have started the first phase of the whole idea of the body cam. All right, where we would have asked for letters of interest. We sent out. We saw persons, organizations sending in their first part in the procurement process that they can provide what they can provide. So from there, we are going to now go into the second phase. You would understand that these are not things that you just get up and get because they're pretty expensive. So you would want to at least cater for that in your PSIP or so when going into the next financial year. All right, because of the monies that would be expended, and we have done all the necessary things to ensure that that is something that we would want to we have put for next year in our PSIP, etc. And we are hoping, and we are very hopeful that we would be able to secure some body cams next year or in the next financial year. Let me say that.
So that is 16 months from now.
Next financial year starts in October. Wendell, I think that is when the financial year starts. So we need the budget to pass, and then based on that, it will all depend on, even though we put it there, the releases being given, and the procurement process being done, so that we ensure that the OPR regulation is followed, and as soon as it becomes available, we will use it. We recognize that what was necessary at this time was that the safety of the officers came first. So therefore, bulletproof vests and these things that we lacked coming out of the year before, we ensure that we got it in this financial year, so that now we are now going to try to outfit our officers with the other areas that we believe is important for us to function effectively outside here.
DCP Benjamin is the or DCP is as far as the data and it being provided, is the police website still providing data as to crime statistics and stuff?
Yes, we constantly provide statistics. The CAPA crime and analysis branch, crime and problem analysis branch is the one which we call the CAPA branch that is responsible for that, and they continue to give that level of information once a person applies to the normal process. It is there.
Okay, because I know over time, the police have been putting out statistics, and it seemed like some people in the public domain don't believe the statistics you all are putting out. They're always questioning it,
and I find that very unfortunate, I should say, because when the murder rate was 625, everybody believed. Everybody believe what they want to believe, So when it was 600, everybody, crime is out of, look at the murder rate, blah, blah, and they will beat the police, and they took all same stats. Nobody questioned, well, that is not true. Probably it's less. No. Anything to support or perception, we are going to do it, and that's very unfortunate, because the same CAPA data that we used then, we are using now. And we are saying that, again, people would not believe. Why? Because you see, the problem we are facing is not a problem of reduction in crime. The problem we are facing is the fear of crime. And therefore, when fear is the thing that covers your mind, you see what you want to see. And therefore, anything that does not prove what you want to see, you believe that is not true.
Do you think the politics is driving that fear?
No, I don't really think so. I think when you look and you listen, I listen to a normal one of the TV stations, and I'm listening to, they were asking concerning whether you believe the stats of the police. And strange enough, that is what they were asking. And the person said no, because when you look at the media, when you hear the news, and those are the two of the three things that it was said when you do the research: the media, the social media, the news, and the newspaper are the three most influential things in setting the trajectory of fear. Because those are the things that makes the front page. Those are the things that keeps, if you want to put out somebody die and you saw a body on the ground, that goes around like wildfire. And I'm saying that we have to be very careful what we say as media houses, what we put out there, because what we are doing, we are influencing the minds of people. And if all people seeing is death, obviously, what are they going to think?
One thing I want to ask, 1 minute, Richard. Just one thing I want to ask you on that particular score also is that just last weekend we were here, and the Prime Minister made a statement when she was commending the police, I suppose, for 10 days without a murder, and I think she said on the day that she was making that statement, well, another murder was committed. But as I said, the public did not believe that we had 10 days without a murder. Can you tell us if that is actually so?
My understanding is that we had at least 10 days without murders. But the thing about it, even though we had without murders, we were still talking murders. So it is something that we do, So I am saying, even though that happened, every time we talk about crime, we speak to it in a negative way. And I'm saying that because, when you look at Jamaica. Jamaica has more murders, but nevertheless, they are seen as really right now the crime-fighting giants in the Caribbean. And I'm saying last year, they got 42%. I was in a conference with them. They got 42% reduction. Trinidad and Tobago got 41% reduction. So we are classing with the very best of the best. And still, when coming to the recognition, the appreciation, and the hard work of the police, it comes for nothing. We did that in the midst of a situation where the commissioner then we had challenges, yet we were able to hold down an organization in the midst of awesome, great challenges. We were able to hold it down, at the same time see a commissioner of police come on board, and then continue. And yet no one will pause to say to the Trinidad and Tobago, well done.
Well, that begs me to my next question, DCP Benjamin. In light of all that's happening in Trinidad and Tobago, the state of emergency, the 30 police posts, all the other issues surrounding the TTPS, how do you respond to the fear of some people that we are, in fact, becoming a police state?
And I am saying that is something that we need to honestly stop and think, what are we really saying? What let me ask you, what do you understand by a police state?
Oh, that's a question to me?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't understand when they say these things, because we all say those things, but what does that mean?
Well, certainly, Mr. DCP Benjamin, the signs of the police actually controlling the narrative and controlling the fact that the government is taking the advice of the TTPS in terms of extensions of state of emergency, the PDOs, the detention orders that are more than likely coming on the advice of police officers to the Minister of Homeland Security. over 500 people have been detained on these PDOs. And these issues of these police posts that don't seem to be focused on some of the communities that have crime. They're just there maybe for stop and search. People have that fear.
All right. So allow me, therefore, to now respond to based on what you just said and how you just defined what is a police state. How do you judge whether a strategy is a good strategy or not? How would you judge that?
If you ask me personally, DCP Benjamin, I have said a lot of these things need time to determine if they will in fact work. I'm not in support of the PDOs. I'm not in support of the state of emergency.
All
the
right.
issue of the police force, I said time will tell if they will have an effect on crime or not.
I'm saying over the years, you go back to see whether we are deemed as one of the most dangerous nations on the earth. You understand? The only thing that they use is homicides. The homicide rate is what is really being used to know based on the numbers that you have, anything, all right, per capita. You look at that to determine. Let's look at our highest in, I think it's 2024. At this time, 2024, we had 358 murders. Think about it. 358 murders. We are saying that when we compare that to last year when we had 41%, we had 236 murders. I want you to listen to the numbers, 236. We are saying now, we have to date, and I'm looking here, 230 murders. 230. We didn't do it one time, We are now saying that we are under that. And I just think, is
the state of emergency contributing to that, DCP Benjamin?
I'm saying exactly what you have just said, that is a police state has contributed to that. We have been able to reduce the crime to nearly more than almost close to half of what it was. And we continue to maintain because of certain things so that you can feel even more safe in this beautiful land that we call Trinidad and Tobago.
Well, DCP Benjamin, if I may interrupt, yes, the state of emergency would have contributed because it gives the police certain powers and certain constitutional rights are infringed. I am of the firm belief that a state of emergency is not a crime-fighting tool.
All right.
That the efficiency of the TTPS is what is in question. And the constant appeasing to the TTPS by the civilian authority to call states of emergency because of whatever they say are threats, it's really crime threats that the TTPS, like any other police institution in the West.
I think we lost Richard Temple. But you understand where he's going from.
I understand.
Let me just finish. So I'm just putting that out there. With regard to the police state, a police state is about control. And you're seeing more and more evidence of control in terms of citizens that the citizenry is thinking is unfair and is pushing back on, including the proposal, it's not something that's law yet, the proposal for IDs over the age of 16 as a requirement, as a mandatory requirement, which is not a figure of any Western democracy that I am aware of, except in certain situations where they require you to have ID. But the warrantless stopping of a citizen to mandate that a police officer gives you an ID, or a police officer accompanied by an army officer to say, what's your ID, starts to look in the direction of a police state. And anything else that if you're trying to say, if that was to happen, because it's not a law at this point, it's a proposal, are all indicators in that direction.
And thank you for the comment. All right. And I want to just go back. You talked about a state of emergency, um, and I want to just piggyback on something that was said there. Um, when we talk about state of emergency in the past, you talk about persons' rights being affected, and I'm saying that is one of the things about this state of emergency. People, while in the past you would have had, times when you cannot move and so on. You don't have that here in this state of emergency. The only thing it does, it gives the police some more powers to move and to get things go into houses based on the fact that we believe that firearms, like drugs, etc., are in places, right? And I think that is so important because it is. I see where many times we allude to the fact that when we say state of emergency, that person's rights are being infringed. And I want to ask what rights so far has been infringed, because I need to know, because I'm
Once you
talking
have
about.
warrantless entries into people's private domains, which you could not have gotten if you had gone through maybe a proper judicial process, that's a cause for concern. The mere fact that a police officer may not be enforcing a breach of your potential rights because those rights are in pause does not mean that, oh, I am going to just continue to give a state of emergency and hope for the benevolence of the TTPS. We are already seeing pushback in terms of the laws that were issued against the Hadids, which no charge had been laid against. They were detained for a month, which would not have happened if a state of emergency was not in existence. So there are examples where people feel that they are being muzzled. You have the whole idea of protests not being allowed in certain areas and in the vicinity of certain buildings. All of that is part of the control. And I think it astonishing that you think that the public is not aware of these things and seeing these things and the limits of their freedom of expression.
And I have never said that, but I would want to just gauge, because the same time, it's very difficult. Problem is spelled PEOPLE. All right, and I want you to understand that, because people are very, very strange, because once we have a situation where and I'm saying sometimes there might be exceptions to a rule, but the exceptions to the rule does not negate the fact that the rule exists. It is important to appreciate that, yes, you have these situations, and I'm not going to go into any of the politics that exists on these issues, but I'm looking here in terms of the work that the police is doing in relation. And I am saying that we have to appreciate, when you look back in 2024, what was some of the problems we were facing? Why that murder rate was so high? One of the reasons is that the length of time it took for warrants, it was a serious problem.
Oh my goodness. Well, then that's something that the TTPS and the government has to deal with in terms of processes. You can't say, oh, this is inconvenient because it's a constitutional protection.
And I don't know if you allow me to speak, because I did when you spoke, and I am saying that we have to look and see what was the challenges we face here and what is working here. And therefore, it is something that constantly we must do in order for us to see how we can get the country into a place where we can make the place safe. Because it will be you that will be standing up and say to me, Mr. Benjamin, you have no control over the crime. When the murder rate is out of control, when this is happening. And I am saying it is very difficult to please persons. Nevertheless, I am of the firm opinion that we are, and I asked a fellow commissioner of police one day, I said, sir, I mean, sometimes when I think about it, this is like if you chain a dog that normally bites, you chain it, and so on. I said, why is it that the state of emergency exists? And he said something to me that I would never forget. And it's always good to listen to those who have gone, and have done things in the past. He said, Benji, while the dog is yet chained, it is important to put a fence so that you can ensure if you let go the dog, it does not bite others. And I think that is what the intention is, where we want to ensure that we can make, especially those gangs, those persons. It is not about the law-abiding citizen. It is about those persons who want to run into your house, and while you are yet innocent, they are shooting our children, they are killing our older people, they are killing our women. We are about dismantling those gangs, putting those persons behind bars, ensuring that we can ensure a safer and better Trinidad.
And guess what, DCP Benjamin? That's your job.
Yeah, and it can
And
be
that's
done
what the
without
TTPS mandate is. That's
Yeah.
what you signed up for. And that's what the institution is there for post 1962 and before. And a state of emergency is not a crime fighting tool. Get efficient. It's lazy policing in terms of saying infringe their rights, or because we have to present too much evidence to get a warrant. All right, we need a state of emergency. That's ridiculous. And so the TTPS needs to step up and do what the mandate is.
Right. And I thank you, because, I mean, your comments, I guess is based on your perspective. And I do appreciate that. And I want to just say to you that we, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, continue to understand that, what we use is not just the SOE. We are not saying that we are holding on to the SOE. It will come to an end. What we are doing is, while the SOE is there for a purpose, we continue to remain focused on putting the necessary strategies in place so that when it is gone, we are able to have a safer Trinidad and Tobago.
And that is where the test will
That's
come.
great to hear.
Yeah,
that's
that's
great.
where the test will come. In other words, can the police do what they are doing within this SOE without the SOE? The intelligence, the operations, the detection, can that be done? Because it should have been done before. You don't need a SOE to do that. You understand? So that's where we differ. That's why people have a bigger fear now of the police being worse than the criminals. That's where they have that fear.
Again, that is also an opinion. I'm not sure. I've listened to, even again, the media, and I recognize that more persons are recognizing that we are in a much better place than we were before, and that there's a greater level of transparency, that there's a greater level of fight coming from the police compared to where we were. And I think that sometimes, whether that increase is by 10%, 5%, it doesn't even matter. I think that sometimes we can, instead of speaking in the what I call the ants syndrome, and ants simply mean automatic negative thought syndrome, we need to start to think positively and speak positively to the future that is in front of us.
Well, DCP Benjamin, I think all citizens of Trinidad and Tobago generally, or at least, let me say, a majority of the citizenry of Trinidad and Tobago want the TTPS to succeed. We want you all to succeed.
And therefore,
but in my person, and certainly, any comment that I made here today is how I see it, and certainly you're right through the lens in which I see it. But I'm not alone. Ramesh Lawrence Mirage also came out recently to say that a state of emergency is not a crime-fighting tool. And I'm saying you have to be able, as an institution, to achieve what you need to achieve as a crime-fighting unit with constitutional protections intact and without a state of emergency. That's ultimately where we have to go.
And I don't think that anybody is saying that the SOE is a crime fighter. We're saying that we are using it so that we can accomplish the goals of the service at this time, so that we can at least see a reduction in crime. Because at the end of the day, the only thing that Trinidad and Tobago judge the police service on is the homicides. And that has been.
I won't say that. I won't say
Come on.
But not us.
In 2024, the only thing they used was the murders. And
Well,
every single year, when they
but
go, they keep showing how much it has increased. Suddenly, now, when there's a decrease, it's not that alone. Come on, come
well,
on.
it's not that alone, Mr. Benjamin, because
Oh,
you and I know, both you and I know, it was cleverly done
I tell you, I love
politically.
my uniform and I love you all. I really do. I really do. I do, gentlemen. I do love you all. Serious.
But
Yeah.
DCP, before you go, I just want to find out, right? As you said, Richard said the crime fight, the SOE is not a crime fighting tool, and we agree on that. You talked about the situation with the dog and putting things in place with the fence and that sort of thing. What I want to find out is that the SOE at some point in time has to come to an end. And all of those things that need to be put in place so that we don't have to probably go back to SOE 2 months after it has been removed. Are those things being put in place, and are you satisfied that you are seeing those things being put in place, that we could be confident that we could come out of this situation very soon?
That when we Lego the dog, the defense will keep it.
Defense can keep him in the yard.
Well, obviously, I'm very, 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 I'm very, very confident that there is, a step in the right direction. One of the things that I think that the measures that we see in more and more is the need for, police visibility. Police visibility is important. We recognize, especially in high risk areas, that we need to have officers there. And with the police posts and all these things, you are seeing that this has been, I would want to say, one of the high points that you're seeing now. We want to see more police officers on the streets. We want to see them in these places. So police visibility is one of the things that we recognize we must maintain, and therefore it is our intelligence led operations must continue, and that is one of the things that you're seeing when you look at the data. You're seeing the need quite a number of intelligence led, not just operations vike. These are intelligence led operations that our officers having been trained, they are looking at with the information, turning it into intelligence, and we want to turn those intelligence into evidence. It is going to be done. You're going to see some more community policing initiatives. Again, crime prevention is where it starts, and therefore we're going to be engaging more with the public. You're going to have a lot more town meetings. You're going to have more session council. We are really trying to see how we can really create that community engagement so that we can be able to see, that greater synergy with the people and with the police. Our faster response system must be important, and therefore that more vehicles is what we are aiming for, especially in our new financial year, so that you can see the vehicles, we can move further, we can be as that police service that is outside there. And we are going to be doing that with our new geofencing technology, where we are able to literally monitor what is taking place. So we have those things in place. At the same time, I am saying that we are going to be tough on what we call, police discipline and corruption. We are going to have a hard stand on that. We must be police officers of integrity. So therefore, that is something of great importance, and we are going to hold firm on that. We are going to ensure that the customer service must be better in terms of how we treat the public. And therefore, I'm saying when we look into the windscreen of our future, there is a better day coming as we seek to get our officers involved, in this new breed of policing that is coming out. We're having more very soon, I think. On Tuesday, we have a graduation coming up where over 200 and something officers will be graduating and so forth. So we are having officers coming out, turning out, so that we want to ensure that the stations and the divisions, they are outfitted with officers so that they can do the job. And it continues in terms of investigations and prosecution. That is something that we're doing ongoing training on. And it continues over and over. We are putting the necessary infrastructure in place to ensure that even after the SOE, Trinidad and Tobago is going to be all the better for a better Trinidad police service.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
We know we extended our time a bit. We got in kind of a little late, but it was important that we hear from you this morning.
Yeah.
Thank you so
And
much.
I wish you would tell your commissioner and your other colleagues that they need to make themselves available to the media like you have done. Because regardless of what people think, you have made yourself available to answer hard questions, and you get some hard ones today. You've
Certainly.
made yourself available, and we appreciate that so much.
Yeah, we certainly do. And thank you so much, DC Benjamin, for engaging with us and
Yes, sir.
engaging with conversation, because I think it's important that citizens hear the conversation with a leader in that institution.
Thank you so very much. And all the best, gentlemen, and to your audience as well. Have a great day.
Thanks, Mr. Benjamin. Take care.
All right.
All right, that of course was DCP Junior Benjamin. Yeah, I guess by the end of the day, he might get acting commissioner of police. We don't know where the commissioner going. We gone. You understand? And hopefully they will be able to fix that. But we are happy to have him on for an extended period this morning. I know that a lot of you all didn't agree with some of what you heard, but certainly he has made himself available, and that's more important.
That's
than saying
important.
nothing. Yeah.
So people, in spite of everything, we're still going to the news, and we will be back. So stay with us, right?
The news you need, the clarity you deserve. Local, regional, global. This is Net Radio News Now.
This is News Now on Net Radio and Gayelle TV. I am Derek McMillan. Thank you for joining us. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar is welcoming Venezuela's signing of licenses for hydrocarbon exploration in the Loran Phase 2 development and the Plataforma Deltana area. She congratulated acting Venezuelan President Delcy Rodriguez, saying the agreements could strengthen energy cooperation and benefit Trinidad and Tobago. Persad-Bissessar says the deals could allow approximately 7 trillion cubic feet of Venezuelan gas to be sent to Trinidad and Tobago for processing. The government says Tandy could potentially monetize more than 12 trillion cubic feet of natural gas from several regional and cross-border fields using its existing energy infrastructure. The Loran field is part of the Loran-Manatee cross-border development, estimated to hold about 10 trillion cubic feet of gas. The government says the agreements represent a major opportunity to strengthen Tandy's energy security and deepen cooperation with Venezuela and international energy companies. The opposition PNM is demanding answers about the whereabouts of Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara and whether an acting commissioner has been appointed. PNM Chairman Marvin Gonzalez says he received information that Guevara has left the country. A senior police officer confirmed that Guevara applied for emergency leave, but could not say whether he is out of the jurisdiction. Gonzalez is also questioning plans for an AI data center in Golconda, calling for details on approvals, environmental assessments, water supply, and consultations with residents. He also accused Senator Anil Roberts of discussing sealed court documents involving Balasier House and alleged the government is targeting PNM donors. Gonzalez described the issue as an attack on democracy. Lawyers are raising concerns about difficulties faced by people detained under preventive detention orders who cannot afford legal representation. Attorney Karan Ramkalwan says his client, 20-year-old Jamali Wilson, has been detained since July 18th and has been unable to secure an attorney to challenge his detention before the review tribunal. Ramkalwan says Wilson's mother contacted the tribunal for help but was referred to the Legal Aid and Advisory Authority, which allegedly said it does not handle preventive detention matters. The lawyer says the tribunal has the power to assign an attorney to detainees who cannot afford one. He is warning that unless the matter is addressed, he will pursue judicial review and constitutional proceedings. Ramkalwan also claims other detainees face similar difficulties accessing legal representation. 67 people have left positions on state boards and in public offices since the UNC administration took office in April 2025, including CEOs, directors, chairmen, and other senior executives. The departures include resignations, terminations, administrative leave, revoked appointments, and early retirement across several state entities. Caribbean Airlines recorded the highest number of departures, followed by the National Gas Company, First Citizens Bank, and TSTT. Several senior officials at WASA and other state agencies have also left or been removed. Retired Public Service Head Reynold Cooper says frequent changes in senior management can affect the stability and efficiency of the public service. He is also calling for people placed on administrative leave to be given timely updates and says such leave should not continue indefinitely. The Office of Procurement Regulation has found problems in how the Housing Development Corporation selected and vetted companies for its canceled $3.4 billion housing project. The OPR says its review identified shortcomings in supplier selection and due diligence during the pre-qualification and evaluation stages. The findings come 6 weeks after HDC canceled the project, which involved proposed contracts for about 3,700 homes. OPR says HDC must take corrective action before starting any future procurement process. The regulator has not released its full report and has not alleged corruption or criminal wrongdoing. The findings follow several complaints and challenges involving HDC procurement, including objections to the now canceled project. HDC canceled the project on June 17th, saying it was in the public interest. Finally, at least 53 people have been killed and around 5,000 displaced after a powerful earthquake struck Indonesia's Flores Island. The shallow magnitude 7.7 quake hit shortly before 5 a.m. local time on Saturday, damaging more than 900 homes and hundreds of other buildings. Officials say 341 aftershocks have been recorded, while dozens of schools, healthcare facilities, and government offices were also severely damaged. More than 100 people were injured, including 36 who suffered serious injuries. Rescuers are continuing to search for survivors, as landslides have blocked access to some villages. A tsunami warning was issued after the earthquake, prompting about 2,000 people to evacuate. But it was lifted 3 hours later after no significant rise in sea levels was detected. Officials are urging residents to stay away from damaged structures and coastal areas. And that is Net Radio News at this time.
That was News Now. Stay informed with New Era TT Radio. Net Radio.
Advertise with us on New Era TT Radio, the fastest growing streaming platform for talk in Trinidad and Tobago. Audio and video ads welcome. Elevate your brand with us. Connect with us at newerattradio@yahoo.com or call us at 299-5156. Now what are you waiting for?
What do we all want for Trinidad and Tobago? Safer communities, greater opportunities, and a better future. Join Denise Deming every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio for Common Ground TNT. Each week, respected guests tackle the issues affecting our nation, from crime and education to healthcare, the economy, and good governance. Common Ground TNT, finding solutions through conversation. Tuesdays at 11 a.m. on NETT Radio, Net Radio.
S&H Rumbox, 137 Western Main Road, St. James, for all your retail and wholesale needs for alcohol and non-alcoholic beverages. Call us at 686-0599 or visit us at 137 Western Main Road, St. James. S&H Rumbox, drinking out of the box.
End times is here. Are you prepared? Check us on New Era TT Radio or Net Radio with Brother Raka and Brother Yatazakawa on Mondays from 7 to 8 p.m. End times is here. Stay tuned.
All right, everybody. So we are back here with you on the net inside of our final session. Yeah. Hardwood Wendell, you back there?
Yeah, I'm here. Let me just use this opportunity quickly to wish someone who listens to us every morning happy birthday. Alyssa Jack Elcock. That's her name. Alyssa Jack Elcock. She's the wife of Jason Elcock, who's the son of Mavis John and Dave Elcock. You all know him. He works at the Parliament. He's always very, very tuned into us and helps me with a lot of information. And of course, today, he said today would have been Patrick Manning's 80th birthday, not the 79th as I announced. it would have been Patrick Manning's 80th birthday today. All right. So morning, Jason, and thanks and happy birthday, Alyssa. Right.
Yeah.
But boy, the chat was busy. Richard was in court this morning. Richard was like the appeal court this morning. But no, Mr. Benjamin, I have to tell you, I really wish he was the commissioner of police. I'll be honest with you. I always like him. I always like his style. I always like his personality. And he is not afraid to face the public, especially with us. I don't know that he goes on any other program. But he was on Beyond the Tape the other day, which is why I reached out to him. But he is not afraid to face the public. And that's what you need. You need a commissioner who would, even if you don't believe what he's saying or you find he hedging and hemming and hawing, at least he is coming forward and talking. You understand? But he's clearly in that, he's a career police officer, obviously. So he is going to go down the wire defending the police and their strategies. He will never say, I think you're right. We may be wrong in how we're going about this. You will never get a senior police officer saying that. Never, ever get that. Even though deep down inside, he may know that all these SOEs and things, that's exactly what is being used to mask these statistics. That's it.
But what it does also, well, at least, and when you come out and you speak with people and you get challenges and you get a different view, at least it gives you the opportunity also to go back. So when you have meetings with his superiors and stuff, you'll be able to communicate a lot of what the public is saying to him.
Yeah, well, hopefully he go back verbatim with Richard this morning.
What?
Hopefully he goes back and say, listen, Olive, and he make this breakfast show preferred viewing for the entire TTPS today. Every recruit should watch this breakfast show from now on.
Yeah, people. So we can take a couple of your calls, 281-315-299-5156.
I like how you always selling it, Wendell. You always selling it.
Yes. You just tell people they have a choice. No, they don't. This is preferred viewing and listening to. Every recruit should be in front of the class this morning watching the show and watching the deputy commissioner.
Yeah.
And hold on there, guys. Caller, good morning.
Yeah, morning. I'm Mr. Charles, Wendell, and Richard Agobas again.
Good morning.
Morning.
Wendell, we expect the guy had a toe the line. Yeah, he must toe the line. He can go contrary to what the commissioner of police and the police service go on.
He's a team player.
You have to toe the line.
Yeah, you're right. You may be right.
Because there's certain things he was saying there. Certain things he was talking about the dog and the fence and all that. I know dog is dealing with. I wanted to ask a question.
Well, the dogs that they might have to be dealing with, no fencing keeping them in either.
That crossed up to that.
What is that, Mr. Patrick?
Is that another person talking?
Now, the next person, Shuk, want to keep quiet. Go ahead, Mr. Patrick. Yeah, I did.
Right. Well, what I'm saying, right? One, you suspend people's constitutional rights. As the goodly prosecutor and defender lawyer was this morning, right? Richard Aguga, you get the man frustrated by the man will come on.
They say Richard buffing the man.
Me? No, I was just.
They say Richard was buffing.
Richard ended up in the tone and he started telling man, but I defended the constitution of Tobago. So he said that the SAE was used as a tool to deal with murders. The man come out and said,
basically, yes.
Yeah, the man come out and said that you should not to deal with murders. But I want to find out, when people killing people for land and family dispute and things, the SLE will hold up that, will stop that. So it's a wrong statement because half of them murders are committed. Has nothing to do with gang members and he keep staying all the time. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a percentage, something you're talking about there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's what percentage is gang and what percentage is
What
other
gang
types.
members and what percentage is dispute. Right? And he breaking down that to that. You know? But the guy was good, man. But Richard, the guy, man, first boy.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on. Come on.
Thank you very much, Mr. Patrick. Yeah. Shugwanas, go ahead.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Wendell. Good morning, Sir Charles.
Morning.
Yeah, I say, this police thing, everybody, as you say, want the police to do better. Eh? You want them to succeed. And I don't know if that interview leave me with much more hope in the police service. Because Mr. Benjamin came over as a very sincere guy, like he really believed in what he's doing. And so on, and he would come there because I don't think he come in to try to hoodwink the public or anything. He sincerely believes in what he's doing. But it's just that to me, I feel he's going on the wrong path. Now, what I want to suggest this, you have three people on the panel there, right? And anytime somebody quotes some statistic or anything, even me, how I go about we in the information age, information thing at the fingertip. So when anybody quote anything or whatever, or they say anything in a conversation, I go on my phone, plug, so. Google, so. I try to confirm it to make sure I get the factual thing right. So he quoted Jamaica, and Jamaica turned around in the crime fighting and so on, right? And he talked about they had a drop of 42% and all kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So when he said that, I Googled and I went to Claude and here the information come up. Jamaica had to turn around because for the first 7 months of 2026, they had 111% clearance rate, that detection rate. So I said, how they could have 111%, right? It's because they solved 192 murders from previous years. So previous outstanding thing, right? Like the boost of the detective capacity and so on, right? And now the same thing when Mr. Benjamin said just now, I called a couple of weeks ago on the program we was talking about crime, and to be honest, Sir Charles tried to shut me down a little bit when I say the matrix we use in judging crime and thing and performance is murders. And he said, no, the other crimes is that. When Mr. Benjamin said this morning, he didn't say nothing. Right? Now, I support the police force from one perspective. We have an increase of crime in the nation when I find the police station too far from one another, right, to respond. But the police will always be a reactive thing, because something will happen and then they will respond. Whether they respond early or they respond late, their problem now is to do proper investigation and detect who it is and take them. Because I told you I was right here in close to me there. A double murder take place about less than 100 yards from the police station. The police reached in about 4 minutes. And what the response is? They block the place, take on the thing, tell everybody move from here, go to the and man say, well, just 4 minutes, people them going down in a car. They may pursue them on nothing, and after they didn't hold anybody or anything. Right? So what happens after the response? What happens after the response? Yes, if I go to the police and tell them, hey, I hear my neighbor say that he's going to kill his wife and he's going on the road and I call the police force. You feel them going behind him? We're going to be complaining. Right? So we don't want the police to be suppressing crime, fighting crime, fight criminals, detect criminals. Right, gentlemen? So
but before you go, because I was trying to understand the Jamaica thing that you were talking about. So is it that Jamaica had or they did not have the significant drop in crime?
They had a drop in crime, but what was the reason for it?
No, I was talking about the reason that they have that job. Yeah.
Yes, but it wasn't 42%, it's 25%. Which are the information at the fingertip,
Well, I Googled it just like you and I seen 2025, 41 point something percent.
All right, look at 2026.
I see 2026.
I never tell you 2025. I tell you 2020, first 7 months of this year.
Yeah.
Right? Now, now why I say this is because other people, especially politicians and so on, like Richard approach, Richard and I are song kind of told him because you can see passionate in what is happening. And Benjamin realized he can't talk no nonsense and thing with Richard because, it might look kind of, Richard and I are some kind of aggressive and kind of stuff and like that, but you can see he passionate about the whole issue. Everybody want the thing solved, right? So, if the people coming on there realize that you all will be fact checking and what they say, they can't come and tell you what kind of stupidness they feel.
Well, you can't always do it whilst we're in the middle of an interview. That's the problem.
No. What I mean, the three of you all don't have to listen to him one time, like how Richard was talking to him. You can just Google what he say, whatever. Because look at something, and why I'm saying that too.
Yeah,
I listened to the interview with Philip Alexander talking about the housing and thing, right? He had big press conference, telling me how some foundation or some building and eroded and had to destroy the whole 50 building. He had a whole big conference. And you carry the camera crew to show you the foundation, to show you this, to show you evidence. You must just take your word for it because you say that. So if they know that anybody who come in the show know that when they come in there, they have to come with proper thing because you only fact check them while the program going on.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. But in all fairness to Mr. Benjamin, he is now talking about the first 6 months of 2026. Mr. Benjamin did say 2024, 2025. He was not talking about 2026. So I don't know where he was going with that.
But sometimes I do it. This morning I did it with the closing down of the hotel school. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can do it. Sometimes you can and you can't. You know what I mean? Sometimes it makes sense that you should, and then sometimes you just leave it. I mean, that's why we have such a comprehensive program. We have our listeners and viewers who, if they don't put it on the chat, they private message you and they tell you, listen, no, you need to check this, or no, this is the correct thing, or whatever. So that's what it's all about. That's what this show is all about. And that's why we're happy when you call yourself Shogunas. And because you give a lot of data whenever you call with your statistics. I have to tell you that. You know?
Hold 1 minute there, guys. Caller, good morning. Raymond.
Morning, Sir Charles, Richard Wendell. Sir Charles, guys, you must interview people, not like Gary Griffith. Anyhow, let us go now. Not like Gary Griffith.
What up there, Gary Griffith?
With the iron, when me and this and that. And that's what I mean. But anyhow, Richard, you see that
your TV or something in the background a little too loud.
Yeah, you see the state of emergency, that's the problem that people have. When the state of emergency ends, let's say it is not renewed, do you think that the crime rate will remain as if? When they'll ask the question about staffing of the, what they call the police post and thing, and you say, well, if you think that is a question that you're supposed to answer. I passing by the police post in Etihad every day. The fence is not a wall, it is a wire fence. So you could see how many people are going to be there. You must know, all you can say is that we will staff it appropriately and done. But don't tell me you can't say how you will staff it. You will see people will pass and see how many police there. Also, on CNC 3, they have this question, they were talking about murders and statistics and whatnot and things. And there's a category of killing in order. And up to now, they cannot determine what is classified as others. But killings, whether it be police related or what. I'm sorry that you all weren't in a position to ask him about that, because that needs an explanation, and because the figure is very high. 500 so far this year.
Okay, thanks very much, caller.
I can tell all you who they're going to staff them police force with, you know, because they basically have said it already, you know. It's the recruits going in there, you know. It's the people who now pass it out going in most of them police posts, you know.
Well,
They
I
basically
think,
hinted that already, you know.
I think they may be supplemental to the police force, but I don't think it's only going to be recruits.
And then remember, and then it's it's interagency.
Yeah, the soldiers might be the new ones too. That's how I seen it. Eh? If I'm proven wrong, fine. But that's how
but
I
I'm not so
seen it.
sure. I'm not so sure what part the army is playing beyond just having numbers. I guess maybe that's it, because they don't have powers of arrest or anything like that outside of an SOE. So I'm assuming that they're just there to supplement, in terms of people being present with guns to protect or whatever, or to accompany police officers wherever they're going. But I don't know how sustainable that is, because that's a cost, isn't it?
Yeah. I tell you, for people who've traveled through parts of Africa and even parts of Europe, this is what you're going to get. I've seen that through parts of Africa and through parts, different units, and they all together, they with the sandbags and they're doing checkpoints. That's what they are, checkpoints. That's what those police posts going to be, checkpoints. Because he already kind of almost said you can't go there to make a report. You're still directed to the main stations. Didn't he say that?
But he said they would only want my interpretation.
Serious reports.
Emergency reports.
Right. Richard, the police can't determine what is an emergency for you.
Well, they can determine in terms of what their response is from a police post. So if you come and say my dog is missing and that's an emergency to me, they will say that's an emergency to you, but it's not an emergency befitting of this post. You need to go to the Tunapuna police station.
That was a poor example, Richard.
No, but as that example he brought up.
I know. That's why I'm saying that was a poor example. Because I don't know anybody who's running a police station to say the dog missing.
Yeah.
So so emergency, I assume they would qualify what emergency means in terms of their what they call it, Mandel. They have the police directions.
What?
They have directions that they follow, like rules that the commissioner of police issues.
Yeah, like classification, some kind of thing.
Yeah, so like police directions, and I am assuming this. I'm assuming that these posts will have a strategic mandate that fulfills certain requirements that they're going to say, does this fit under our mandate? That's what I'm assuming.
Hello.
I don't know.
These posts will be checkpoints. Okay? I maintain that these posts will be used as checkpoints.
Well,
one in Eddie Ground, every now and then they will come out on Orange Grove Road and the PBR. Checkpoint.
Yeah.
Let me see this, let me see that, let me see the other. Checkpoints. That is what they're going to be using down by Taruba flyover. Checkpoint. That's exactly what they are.
Well, if checkpoints are able to help us remove arms and ammunition off the streets or other things, it might very well serve a very useful purpose.
No, that's called intelligence, Richards. That's what you call intelligence, that you're following a particular vehicle because you can't stop 300 cars and in the hope like a lottery you find something. That's ridiculous. That's bad policing. So you need intelligent policing. But I also took the point that he did mention that it's closer to the highways and stuff like that in terms of a response time, in terms of some issue. Because we always have that when we always talk about it on the show, that when bandits have done X in what street, they have left where they go in. They have to go on the highway in certain circumstances. And why? And when we always talk about that, and cameras following and trying to pick them up, because we watch enough police procedurals on TV, so we understand what they do. So it's like, and they following them, and they seeing that they went down this part of the highway, and I assume in a perfect world, those police posts will respond and be able to dispatch, and I assume. writing the story in my mind. I'm assuming that's what it is.
Guys, we have to leave at this point in time. We are bordering on
Look at the time already.
Yeah, the time just flew this morning.
Yep, it's 9 a.m. on the dot. So, of course, this is where we wrap up the breakfast show this morning. Of course, thank you for joining us. We know you have a choice, despite what Wendell says. You do have a choice, and we are glad that you chose us this morning. Hopefully, we brought a smile to your face and brought some information to your mind. Have a fantastic day. It's Monday morning. Remember to smile and laugh. It's great for your health. NetRadioTT.com continues on the web, so you can continue to listen to the excellent programming there, or you can listen on your smart devices by saying play NETT Radio Trinidad on TuneIn. Trust me, that works. I have tried it. Play NETT Radio Trinidad on TuneIn and you're good to go.
All right, folks, have a
One
wonderful
other
day.
thing
Remember
before
to
you go,
let
Wendell, people please go to the other pages and like and subscribe and follow the other pages first, please, right? We are trying to go total digital. So, hey, or go up and check, especially TikTok, that TikTok page. We needed to put some followers in between there. We're almost there, but we need a little more.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Yep. So you've been listening and watching
The Breakfast Show. Wendell?
He was doing it mime. He was doing silent.
The Breakfast Show.
Tomorrow, people.
Get up, it's the time to start the day. The breakfast show is here. We bring in the soca way. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Wake up, it's a brand new dawn. The breakfast show got the vibes turned on. From Maracas Bay to the Savannah line. Let's start the day in Caribbean prime. Good vibes rolling through the air. The breakfast show and